I'm Argus. Just Argus now. I'm a mercenary from the Crest Mountains, looking to get as far away from them as my body can carry me. Though this eternal winter is making that annoyingly difficult. Almost as difficult as family, but that's not important and not anything I want to talk about right now. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just looking for stories to tell along the way, and I'll destroy anyone or anything who thinks they can get in my way and stop that from happening. And if anyone asks, this conversation never happened. I was never here. Got it?
Dear Mom and Dad, it is I, your favorite daughter, Mochi, with my weekly letter and my life and travels. I do hope you're receiving these things. I haven't heard back from you in a while. Anyway, after being asked, somewhat forcefully, to leave the avium, I've been asking myself, Mochi, what is next? Turns out I got my answer. It came from above, you could say. So I'm still practicing my magic. It's just a little different. Don't worry, I am still determined to pass the next entrance exam. But until then, I'm staying somewhere quiet and trying to use my magic to be helpful wherever I can. I promise I'm working really hard, even if things haven't gone totally to plan. But I'm sure I'll make Mom proud of me one day soon. I hope things are going well with you, and I hope to hear back from you soon. Love you and miss you, your most determined daughter, Mochi.
Alright, well met. Name's Voldero the Druid. Volley to my friends. Yous can call me Voldero though. Now, I may be done with my adventuring, but someone's got to keep the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed out of trouble. Just as long as I'm back in my stump in good time. What, you want more? Well, not much to tell really. Tried a whole heroics business a while back, and let's just say it didn't really work out so great for yours truly. Nowadays I prefer to work on my mushroom magic in peace and quiet, thank you. But I have a debt to pay, so I'm in.
Hello? Are you going this way too? Oh, gosh, I'm glad I caught up to you. You walk really fast. But did you know that everything has magic in it? Is it magic how you walk that fast? Is that what it is? Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Clarence, and I am an aspiring hero. Well, you see, magic school didn't quite work out for me. They have very specific ideas on magic, and I don't really quite agree with them. You see, I think the whole world is magical. Everything in it is magical, and even if you're not a magic user, I think that there's a little bit of magic inside each of us. And I know one day I'm gonna find that magic, and with my friends, we're gonna save the world. So, do you want to sign up to be in my adventuring party?
Oh, hello. Come on in. The bakery is warm. My name is Marley. Oh dear, you look frozen to the bone. The cold has a way of doing that. Cutting right into your bones, I mean. Take a seat by the fire, and I'll see if I can find something to warm you up. We don't have much in the way of baked goods on hand these days, not with the way supplies are rationed, but, well, I've lived long enough and I know how to make ends meet. Here, take this acorn loaf that's still warm from the oven. I know it's not much, but in times like these, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that folks have to look out for one another. You can always count on old Marley to have your back. Oh, no, you keep your coin. You just get on home while that bread is still warm. And take care. It looks like the snows are starting up again.
So you wish to hear a story? I have a story. In the faraway world of Everden lies a vast forest nestled between the mountains and the sea. The Humblewood, a sprawling woodland realm made by the gods themselves, with titanic trees that can grow as tall as mountains and as wide as cities. And the beings that inhabit this forest are unique as well. Beasts that can grow to enormous sizes, nature spirits of elemental fury, and a people known by fur and feather. The humble folk. But in this ancient and magical place, all beings hum with an endless song, the great rhythm of life and death, and above all else, balance. But balance is such a fragile thing. When the snows started early, little concern was given. Some years had short autumns. Perhaps the storm god Altus had flapped his wings too hard and sent an early frost. The hearths were stoked, the children were bundled, and the food stores were opened so that none was left hungry. But long after spring should have arrived, the snows remained, and with each day, week, month, year of growing disquiet, the rime endured. It has been 5 years, and the hearths have gone cold, the children are shivering, and the food stores, as well as many bellies, are left empty. Yet there is hope. Not in the place anyone would think to look for it, no. Hope often arrives in the most unexpected ways. That flicker of light in the cold dark. A group of ordinary folk bound by fate, friendship, and the call to do what is right. This is the tale of those unlikely adventurers who fought to achieve the impossible. The tale of how everyday people can rise to become heroes that save their world. This is their story. This is your story. This is Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. Hail, honored, humble friends, and welcome to Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. Yes, that is right. I did say it right. Hi, I'm Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. I use he, him pronouns. I'm very excited to have you all here. I'm very excited to have our cast, including our special guest, back this week. Thank you to Gilly. I'm going to have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, go around and kind of, we'll do a little recap and then we'll jump into it. But before all of that, I do want to say this game is actually in support of Fauna and Flora International. It is a wonderful organization that works to support, care for, and protect our world's environments, the biomes in which both plants and animals live, and keep them safe, which is kind of a difficult thing to do. We don't make it very easy, and as the world continues to change, it becomes more difficult by the day. So should you be able to support this wonderful cause, it is very much appreciated. Of course, if you cannot, it is understandable, but if you are able, you can actually impact this game as well. Bear in mind that Fauna and Flora International does take donations based on British pounds, so consider that there will be an exchange rate when you donate. But if you hit the £5, the £10, so on and so forth, as you can see in chat and on Tiltify's website, you can impact this game with advantages, crits, even complications, which we have one hanging around just in case for today, because you all are so very generous and apparently have something against this cast. So that all said, please check it out. And also, Fauna and Flora International has been very generous enough to donate some shirts. So we did a giveaway last episode. We will do a giveaway next episode just to stretch it out. But we will do another t-shirt giveaway. And then 2 episodes after that, we will do a hoodie giveaway. But you can definitely check out their stuff. They have a lot of pangolin merch. I am personally a big pangolin fan. If you're not, there's plenty of other animals too. So you can check out all of their stuff. It's not, basically you're going to get something in your size. We collect emails, and then I send them to the representative from Fauna and Flora, and we get the exact thing that you're looking for sent directly to you with no like, oh, we only have like 2 smalls and a medium kind of bullshit. Okay, let's go ahead and go around. Unfortunately, Christian is not with us today, but we do have a mechanic to include Argus in this. So I actually forget who's up next. I'm going to guess Anniek. Anniek, if you wouldn't mind going first.
I would be honored. Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns, and I'm here every Sunday for the foreseeable future. That is a promise, not a threat, despite how that might have sounded. And today, I get to play Mochi,
the cleric slash cult leader, or as Eva put it, I did a schism.
Yes, you did make a widget schism. Oh, whoa.
I made a whittle schism.
Thank you, Anniek. And hey, I was right. Anniek is the first one. Next up, our very special guest, Gilly. I always want to say Gilly because Game of Thrones ruined me, but
Game
Gilly.
of Thrones and SNL did not do me any favors there.
No.
Hello, my name is Gilly. You can find me at Oh Look It's Gilly most places on the internet. And you can find me out and about on various channels at various points. Today I will be playing Roberta, or Bobby, who is a little fluffy bird friend, scribe wizard to be specific, and is a very good student, although perhaps currently being corrupted, we'll see. But I'm here, and I'm fluffy, and I'm ready to party.
Here, fluffy, ready to party. That's how I describe myself on Saturday evenings.
Yep.
That's not true at all. It's like 2/3 of the way there. Thank you, Gilly. And next up, let's go up and down. So, Clarence, Shadow.
Hi. Yes, I am only Clarence now. Hi, everybody. I'm Shadow.
The character bleed is just it's 1-to-1. Yeah.
I'm Shadow. I go by Shadow Sylvia at most places on the internet. I use she, her pronouns. I totally lost how this was gonna go, but I do things in TTRPG spaces and on my own channel, so just come hang out sometimes. Okay, thanks, bye.
Beautiful. Please stick around though. Don't go anywhere. Next up, Pan.
Hi, I'm Pan. I play Voldemort. Gosh. Yeah, I think I'm on a quiet one today. It's a small one today. You can find me here every Sunday having fun. And please do give to the charity. It is a great cause. And I'm not saying that because I'm British and I want your pounds. I want to help the wildlife as well, but also give me the pounds. You can find me in most places online, on social media. That's still Encore, and I'm looking forward to getting into it today.
Fantastic. And Pan, if you want to, I would love if you wanted to share what happened right before stream. If that's not something you're comfortable with, but I think that's a fantastic story.
For sure. So we are a smidgen late today, and it's my fault because we were all setting up and everything. And I was like, hey guys, I just got a bit of a headache. I'll be back in a minute. And then I set everything up, sat down, popped on the camera, and realized that this morning, for a laugh, I'd only shaved half my face. Just like, for giggles, and then just forgot about it, haven't been out all day. Only to realize that I'm getting on the camera, still had half a face of beard. So I had to run away, had to fix that. Thankfully none of the guys saw, because it would have been mortifying. Just imagine my usual beard over here.
Yes, someday, Pan, you and I, maybe we can join in that endeavor together and go half beards together.
Do the right side or the left side, sure.
Exactly, yeah, do a yin and yang sort of thing.
Nice.
Last but absolutely not least, Liz from Marley.
My gosh, yes, good morning. I am Liz. I use she, they pronouns. I today will be Marley, your champion fighter / eternal flame paladin. So we're gonna see how this works out in this nice restricted section full of kindling. I mean books and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe we have a recap
From Clarence.
So it's not me this time. It's not me this time.
No, it is.
Shadow, if you want to say it in your own voice, if you want to do it as the bunny and just make that transition complete,
Yeah,
go for
okay.
it. Take it away.
Yeah, okay.
Day 1088 of becoming a hero. The group resumed our heated battle with some forest prowlers. It was pretty awesome. Everyone was doing really, really good, but when we really started to lose health and it looked like it might be concerning, we had a new friend show up, and that was Roberta, the Nimbloom, who also happened to be a student at the Adium, who came in with some really awesome spells and saved the day, and that was really cool. I think they have potential to make a really great
hero, but that might depend on if they stay enrolled at the avium or not. I don't know. We'll address that later. And then at that point, Roberta is instructed by Mochi's mother to escort us to the avium, and Mochi's mother definitely prevents myself and Mochi from doing any types of scheming that we may have been planning or not planning. So we immediately go to Archmage Brightstrom's office, and she greets our group with hesitation, but is glad to see that I am back in school. Yeah, that was the best part. And she did grant me access to the library, as I said that I was working on a theory to do with elemental magic, which technically isn't a lie, but probably isn't the whole truth. So, but Bobby was really nice and gave the rest of us a tour, while Mochi and her mother had a great one-on-one session, which I think really helped and worked for them, because Mochi finally told her mom that she's not going to take the entrance exam, and that was a really big step. So while on our tour, Voterol did enjoy the slime laboratory room and did take a few samples. And then after that, we sang the library song, and we went to the library. And luckily, Librarian Allen still works there, and Librarian Allen remembers our slightly shady deal of if I give them shiny objects, then they give me access to the restricted section of the library, and it's great. So we got into there, and well, at first Alan said we only had 10 minutes, and then I bargained for more. So we get a full hour, but we are locked in here. It sure is super magical and maybe a little scary, but what could go wrong?
I'm sorry, you said what could go wrong. That's my cue.
Yeah.
I was just moving stuff around on my computer.
What could go wrong indeed?
All right. Well, let's get you all moved over to the proper map here. And once I do that, you all can see on Roll20, you can place your character tokens as you will. And let's also change up the music here. You will find yourself inside of the Shadow Vault. This is the place where I would say Clarence has probably been in here once or twice, maybe as like a dare sort of thing. This is where the most powerful arcane knowledge within the avium is kept. Books, primarily, as you understand it, as this room is full of books. I'm going to recount a little bit of what I said last time. It's not just a couple of rows. This is a circular room. At the center is a large brazier that is burning a green flame. And above you, in this domed roof, there seems to be a sort of magical light emitting from what seem like windows, but these windows, you know, definitely don't go outside. Not with how deep you are beneath the ground. The shelves, again, are lined with books. There are two levels, one level kind of set beneath you. That's where the brazier is burning. And everything here has this kind of greenish blue light to it. Countless books. All of the books on the shelves have chains that are holding them in place. Not that where you couldn't pull them off, but where you would, you could like slide a book over it, but you would probably want to detach the chain. It's more like if an earthquake or something happened, you wouldn't want any of these books falling out and falling open to the wrong page. There are a few desks sitting around that also have lanterns on them. A couple of them have books sitting on them. And there are also 4 statues that you can see in the 4 corners. These are metallic, as far as you can tell, and seem to depict, I think, what Clarence and Mochi might recognize as the founders of the avium. You all don't see any other entrances or exits besides the vault door that is closed behind you. Since Argus is not here, the way that I'm going to rule this is if you need a hint, Argus will be able to see the, I'm going to say bioluminescent, that only his owl eyes see, clues that have been left in Thieves' Cant. So Argus will be able to provide you a hint should you need one.
Nice.
But while everyone is in here, why don't we get some perception checks?
I'm not sure if this is me supposed to be doing this, but do I have a token?
You should. Let's see. I'm gonna see if this has been. Do you see one in the character handout area, in the journal area? I should
just
say.
see the anonymous blob.
There is a Roberta one. Let me see if I can.
Oh, it showed up when I did the thing. So
okay.
I'm just not gonna
there you are.
question it and accept it.
That works. I love that. I love not questioning it. Yes, absolutely. And it looks like you have control of it. Perfect. Okay. So yes, perception checks as you, unless you were looking for something very specific, in which case we could do an investigation check. This is just, vibe of what you're picking up in here.
Voldemort got a 16.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
19.
9 from Bobby.
9. Okay. And 19. And Mochi, what was yours?
A natural 20 for 27.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Mochi,
Also,
you.
Semi-related question.
Yeah.
The present from my dad.
Yeah.
How long does it take for me to attune to that?
We can say that you are attuned to it. I mean, between episodes, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to make you sit for an hour to have your new Christmas present.
Just sit an hour and just pet my amulet quietly.
Yeah, you can play with your present before we get to Grandma's. That's okay.
Thank you.
So, Mochi, what you would notice, and I think Clarence as well, kind of like, you have an idea of the avium. I don't think Bobby's been in this part of the avium before to have the know-how of how to deal with dark wizards. I'm not sure.
So fancy.
Absolutely. Fancy and scary. But Mochi and Clarence, you would see that there actually is writing on parts of the walls, especially this section that's completely opposite of where you came in. You start to see that there is writing in bird folk, in the bird language, that begins to illuminate on this wall.
What does it say?
It says, you must blind their eyes or answer their questions.
Huh. Okay. All right, where are the pictures and the statues?
Were you thinking royal they or plural they?
I was thinking anything with eyes that isn't us. Do you think that
Clarence,
includes the letter I?
Clarence, you do notice with it does say EYE. I mean, translated, it would be the thing you see with. You do note that all of the statues are wearing a necklace that's part of the statue. It's not like you could pull it off, but is in the shape of an eye, which you would find a little interesting because you know that the founders did have their own symbols. It's not the symbol of the avium, which is like a claw holding a flame, but they also are all kind of hands pressed in front of them. One of them has a book, one of them has a staff, but they all are wearing these matching eye necklaces. And I should say, actually, the founders are Hieronymus Cloudkeeper, who was a raptor, Drusilla Farcry, who is a corvum, Ajax Oakenreach, who is a strig, and Calliope Goldenrod, who was a luma. They were all bird folk.
Okay.
Of course there were.
So
That's, yeah.
Yep. Wild.
That's how the avium works.
Avium.
Yeah.
Right.
So do we think this is a she kind of looks around and points to each of the statues. Do we think this is a literal we need to just cover these necklaces, or are they going to ask us questions
Well, it seems like we could probably start with questions before we start damaging anything.
I was going to start blinding them.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 chance.
Just said I'm not taking any more exams.
Are these statues
I
up
can
on
see
pedestals?
Roberto's mouth moving, but I hear nothing coming out.
I think Roberta is just sitting there quietly chirping to herself. Just look at the eyes. Maybe we need to
They're actual eyes?
eyes. Do I know anything about the symbology of eyes related to one of the founders?
So all of the founders have the same symbol.
Right.
You would know that was one of the early signs of the avium before the claws. The founders were
Okay.
This is a place for opening eyes. This is a symbol for us. And You also kind of know that, like, there's a saying in the avium about dark magic. Dark magic is meant to have your eyes turned away from it.
Okay.
And you are in a place of dark magic.
Maybe we need to look away. We need to, like, cover our... She puts her wings in front of her eyes. Did anything happen?
Nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, Voldemort like pats her.
Sweet child.
I think it's
So
more about
but
the
it says
Sweet Bobby.
statue, sweetheart.
Yeah, not to be the
says-
Baldur's
it
Gate
says-
narrator here, but nothing happens.
It says to blind their eyes, so Mochi's gonna cover Roberta's eyes with her little paws, because now you're not blinding your eyes, I'm blinding their eyes. Is
Just
anything
two
happening
raccoon
yet?
paws, and suppose she's like
Just two
looking
raccoon
around.
paws. Just
Yeah.
look. Is it working
Nothing
yet?
happens. Nothing happens. Liz,
That
you
was-
asked a question a second ago.
Is there... Are the statues up on pedestals?
Slightly. Yeah, they're not like feet on the stone, well, petrified wood floor, which I guess is stone. But yes, they are slightly raised up on pedestals.
Are there anything like any plaques? Or, I mean, I suppose there's probably maybe like a nameplate, but like, is there any plaque? Or
There are
anything
nameplates. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you looking at any one of these in particular? Whether it's, you could say like 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock,
Yeah,
what is
I-
that,
Yeah,
5 or
yeah.
7?
Let's see. I think I'll probably wander up over this way. Over here.
So looking at the statue and looking at the nameplate, you can see that beneath the name is a riddle.
Okay. All right.
Okay. This riddle is for Hieronymus Cloudkeeper. It is a raptor who is holding a staff in one hand, very dire looking face to him. The other hand is kind of like placed on his chest, coming out of a robe. Again, you can see the eye necklace. Bit shorter than some of the others. Raptors are actually kind of short. But on the plaque, it says, "I have many teeth, but will not bite. I can reveal what is out of sight. Carry me far, I'm very light. Not even the strongest gate can withstand my might." And I can type that in chat if that would be easier.
That would be stellar.
Okay.
Are you sharing that with the?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I will-
Like,
yeah.
like she kind of wanders over and sees the riddle, and she's like, "Oh, okay," and then just basically starts reciting the riddle out loud.
I'll wander over then with the to see it as well.
Oh, it could be a hair comb.
I was gonna say, I was thinking of a comb. It could reveal things, right?
Yeah.
It like
yeah.
reveals your scalp, you know?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I remember being really young and having a bad case of lice, and my mom had to use the comb to reveal the lice.
Bobby just moves like infinitesimally away from Clarence.
But what about the bit about the gates?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gate.
it's
I
definitely a
will
key.
Yeah, that sounds
I-
about right, actually.
I
Sounds like a
think
key.
you're right.
Yeah, that's actually
Sure.
that does make sense.
I mean, if you want to go in the literal sense, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, in the not literal sense, I was thinking winter at first with teeth that bite.
Oh, that's
Ah,
pretty good
that's
too.
good. That's good,
but-
yeah.
Yeah,
Most
so
people have been describing winter as oppressive rather than light, though.
valid. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, do we only have one chance to answer? Maybe we can just take a shot at it.
I think
But-
we should try key.
I think key is the correct answer.
Yeah, me too.
Like, what do you just say? Do you just look at it and shout the word key, or do you need to bring it a key?
Or maybe not
So
shout it to the
you all have
library.
said a lot of things out loud, so you kind of get the idea that if you had said the wrong thing first, which trust me, I thought about, that something bad might have happened. You probably need to speak
I
it to
figured
the
that
statue.
was like the complication.
Yeah, that is, we are not to the complication yet. Although I should note, I did resubscribe. The advantage is going to me. We do have another complication. I don't know who
Oh,
you.
lovely.
Did you piss off a witch? Like,
Yeah. Amazing.
now, as much as I'm not going to do 2 complications in a row, I will just hoard these like a little complication dragon.
Oh yes.
This is where
Right up until
Bobby
the
turns
end.
on you mid-battle.
Yeah.
Yes, this is.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Gilly
She
has been
reveals
my-
her
Me all
true
along.
nature.
It's
You
just
Yes.
like
cover.
tiny fluffy bird with a knife.
Gilly is my level 20 assassin. Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm gonna
ask Roberta to fly up because she's a bird, so she can just reach the eye and then just shout key. And while Roberta's doing that, I'm just gonna go and cast false life on myself just to be a little
Excuse
paranoid
me.
raccoon.
I thought clowns were doing it.
Excuse me. I think the answer is key.
Yeah, let Bobby have this one.
I tell the statue.
One second. No, Eva, the puzzle is not the complication. This is just part of the game. Okay. You would see as you say it's a key that the eye of the necklace closes. And the statue, though it seems very metal, almost like it was a living being, just kind of comes to rest and both hands kind of like cross over itself and the head bows down.
I think
And it seems like the statue is
sleep.
deactivated.
It went to sleep.
It's blinded.
Nice,
Next.
deactivated. That's easy. It should be a piece of cake.
So we just need to do that
Oh,
4
no.
times.
There's
Nothing
absolutely
could
nothing
possibly
gonna go
wrong.
wrong here. These are really
Yeah.
easy riddles.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Right.
it's all about logic. It is the avium after all. They're not really
I
creative.
got an A in my intro to logic class, so not to brag, but I got
It's-
like a 70,000% on the exam.
I've always gone to the next statue and it's just like starts moving. It's just been doing this.
Walking, and we're walking.
Volderol going, I'm presuming you're going clockwise.
Yeah.
This is the Corvum Drusilla Far Cry, and hers reads, one breaks but never falls, the other falls but never breaks, two that are forever side by side but never are to meet.
Voldemort thinks for a moment, looks up at the statue, says, sounds like day and night.
And again, the eye
Ah.
closes,
It was really good.
and it comes to a rest.
Well,
Ah,
that was
Voldemort.
dang.
Exactly.
You're really smart.
When you live
Yeah, they
alone, you've got a
roll.
lot of time for riddles, believe me.
Did you get
wanna-
one of those books that's like 101 riddles to confuse the senses?
No, I mostly ask animals passing by.
Ah.
What's brown and sticky? A stick. Most
I've
animals,
heard
that's
that
their
one.
riddle.
Yeah, so many times. So like, both I
So
twitch
many
it's like, oh,
times.
God, I hate that riddle.
Where did I bury my acorns for winter? No, I'm actually
It's
asking.
not a riddle.
I
It's not what riddles are. Okay,
forgot.
moving
I'm too
on.
intellect, leave me alone.
Let's go. I've never been to this side before. Normally, I only ever get 10 minutes in here, so I don't really get to go around this side.
What do you usually do in here?
Nothing. It's just really cool to be in here.
Weird how you
honestly.
said that, but okay.
Yeah, that was not great.
No, I don't do
Dang.
anything in here. What are you talking about?
Nope. It's just a
Never.
locked room.
I just
You
like
didn't have to
chilling
say it
in
like that
rooms.
exactly, Clarence, but alright.
All right.
Next.
The third riddle for Ajax Oakenreach is the Strig. What does the sun above never see? A king rarely sees, and the commoner sees every day.
Huh. What does the sun above?
Oh, and here I will post. There we go.
Yeah, I was
That's
going to put it one more time. Oh, you put it in the chat. Sun above rarely sees. Ah, this is a good one. I'm going to get that stupid moose with it next time I come by.
See, I thought it could be like yours and it could be night, but that doesn't make sense for the commoner and the king.
Well, the sun never sees. Oh.
The sun never sees the night. The sun never sees darkness. The sun never sees
The stars?
How would a king rarely see darkness? Like they
I'm
still
not-
sleep at
I'm
night.
not
feel like
saying
the
it's
king's
the
the-
answer. I'm just brainstorming.
These
Well,
are
the
getting
king-
progressively harder. Just so
Nice.
you know, these are yeah.
It's good. I'm making notes.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've
Archie's
I've
just been
writ-
thinking back real hard about what the fuck a king is again.
What's a king?
Like,
What
deeply
is a
digging into her
king?
history lessons. A king.
What does a king
What's a
rarely
king
see?
again?
Property? That doesn't make sense for the other one.
All right, this one we could put on the maybe blind the eyes list. How about that? Should we move on?
Yeah,
And
let's
like I said,
skip
you
it.
can always use your Argus hint as well.
Oh yes.
You can phone a strig.
We're
Should
not
we,
quitting that easily.
should we go to the fourth one and maybe come back to this
Yeah,
one?
we might get more of a handle for the style.
Mhm.
This is
Oh, sorry. Can I just real quick? Which statue was that we were looking at? We were stuck on.
you were at the strig, Ajax Oakenreach. The last one is Calliope Goldenrod, which is the Luma.
Okay.
Okay, this is what I have determined to be the hardest riddle I've ever written. A lot of people don't get it, so you won't be able to Google this. So I apologize ahead of time. A warrior wields a single sword, guards the queen and golden horde, a single strike, a sealed fate, a sacrifice, and yellow plate.
Okay, I need that one written down.
Yeah.
And
Oh man, we're doing so well, guys.
you're 2 out of 4, yeah.
Look, it was established earlier on in my life that I'm too dumb to study in the Avery, so I don't feel bad about not knowing these.
I don't think you're dumb, Mochi. I think you might have
Shut up.
some kind
There
of
we go.
high functioning ADHD.
Sword guards the queen and golden
No, you might not be
Sealed
wrong.
fate.
Anyway,
Sacrifice and yellow plate.
A werewolf sword guards.
I'm stuck on the yellow.
yeah, the yellow makes it not any of the things I thought for the first 2 sentences.
Oh.
Guards
I was
queen
thinking
and
something like
golden horde.
pen, right?
Well, it's not an egg. It's not
Oh,
an
wow.
omelet.
Are you just hungry, guys?
Well, sometimes the answer is really just food based. That's what they try to trip you up with.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
An
it's
omelet
like,
right now. Actually, I wouldn't mind one.
oh, it
I
has
love
white
the idea of
armor
the
and a
answer just being like
golden
a
cord.
sandwich.
That sound like an egg marriage.
Mm. Maybe it could be a clock. Yeah, I don't know what the golden horde is, unless that's
Mm.
like the gears inside.
I need you all to know that I am that gif of Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec going, I love riddles. That's me.
I
So,
love riddles
this is-
too. Guards the queen and golden horde.
Mm.
I'm
How
trying
many-
to think
sorry,
if
go
it's
on.
something like it reminds me of chess, but there's no reason why it would be chess because chess doesn't have anything to do with gold.
I wasn't thought of chess until we got to the yellow.
Hmm. How many August points do we have?
Oh,
so
I know what it is. I know what
Oh.
it is.
What?
Okay.
What is it? What is it?
Bees.
Bees?
Bees.
you would watch as the eye closes.
Bees have
Oh,
a queen. Golden horde is honey.
Yes.
And when they
Strike.
sting,
you beauty of shape.
They have a single
single
strike,
stinger. Yep.
and if they use it, they die. And their yellow plate being their yellow exoskeleton.
I feel
Very
like I'm
well
the smartest
done,
person
Jill.
alive
Well
right
done.
now. I just have
Very
to
well
share.
done. Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
told
ride
you it was
that high for the
food-based.
next week.
Honestly.
I give Roberto a nuggie.
Oh, thank you. Is this
Oh,
a
good job,
thing?
kid.
Is this what they call friendly bullying?
Yeah.
The pedant in me wants to point out that it's not all bee species that die after stinging you.
I'm
it's a
aware,
very specific
It is-
type
it
of
is a
bee, so
honeybee.
the answer needs
Sure.
to be honeybee.
but also
that's-
there is only really one type of bee that makes honey in the first place. So bee is an acceptable answer. A lot of bees don't make honey.
Harsh, but not always. Got it.
I'm still now thinking
While
about
Roberta is...
things that the sun never sees, like shade, darkness.
I don't think
shadow.
the king rarely sees shade. I think a lot of people will be throwing shade around the king. I was going to ask, while Roberta's being smart over there, can I just cast blindness on the eye? Just
Sure.
blind their eyes, right? We can go literal.
It only lasts for how long does it last for?
We can
That
just
doesn't
cover
say
it.
it needs
Just
to be
first thing after
blinded
that.
permanently. It's the last one. It just needs to open whatever it is we're opening.
Do you want to save a spell slot and we just like cover it or something?
Boring. let me cast necromancy in the Forbidden Library. Okay, Volderol?
Yeah,
All
what
right.
could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what
Exactly.
could possibly go wrong?
Okay, is there a save for this?
Constitution.
And what is the DC?
Not very high level there. That's a really mean question. It's a DC 15.
DC 15. Okay.
I mean, it is made of stone.
There's a 1 on
and
every die.
Kind of has a high constitution.
All right.
I mean, it's wood. Surely it won't be that solid.
It is metal. It is metal and stone. You go to cast a spell and like in a blink of an eye, literally you don't see the movement. The hand of this statue goes up and the spell is just dissipated.
Oh, heck.
And then just slowly you actually watch as it returns to its place. Very, Renaissance-like, just on the lower stomach.
Well, that was rude.
Very rude. Like, I'm doing as it says on the thing, and it still is being rude.
Do you reckon it meant to destroy them? I mean, I'd rather not smash
I
anything
think-
up in the Siberian
No,
library.
we should not. We should not smash. No,
It is on the table,
smash.
though. I
That
want to make it
seems like a
clear that
bad
as much as I'd rather
idea.
not. It's definitely on the table. We can smash something here.
Bobby's gonna just fly up to it and start saying words that she associates with darkness, like shade, shadow, darkness.
Ooh,
So
Death.
you are
Death.
presenting an answer.
Right.
No,
Death.
I'm presenting many answers.
Wait, to the riddle you mean, or to the
Oh god,
eye?
it's 1d4 psychic damage for every wrong answer. Rip Roberta.
No,
No.
it's worse than that.
It's worse than that. I love it. Beautiful.
A wrong answer given to this being.
Thinking out loud.
Let me drop stuff. There we go.
Oh no.
Roberta, you would watch as the statue, as you fly up to it, locks and meets your eyes. And the face of this, which one were you yelling at? This was the Strake, Ajax Oakenreach. This
No, it's
owl
so
head
much worse that it's a strig yelling at her.
just shakes its head, and you would watch as the metal starts to melt around it. I'm going to
no.
need you to roll for initiative as
Oh,
you
no.
have activated a golem.
Activated the trap card.
I
Okay.
just want us to remember like 5 minutes
Yes.
ago where I solved the really hard riddle. That was a good time.
That's a great time.
I still can
Let's-
figure this riddle this.
That's good. That's not bad. That's a 21.
Okay.
Lance has a 16.
Okay.
Oh,
Anybody above?
Voldemort got a 16 as well.
Okay. Do you have a preference between Clarence and Voldemort? Who goes first?
You want to take it?
Voldemort. No,
Oh, okay,
Voldemort goes
sure.
first.
All right.
All right. Anybody above a 16?
I don't know how to tell you this, but Mochi also has a 16.
Okay. You all can tell me the order in which you go.
It's cool. I'm just gonna probably simulate the entity, so I'll just go first and do it, and you go.
Probably should have taken the Argus card. I'm sorry.
Argus will be there as to give a help action, should you need it, but I'm otherwise not going to put Christian's character in danger or use him without his permission. So, we have
So far away.
So Volderol, Mochi, Clarence. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can go after Clarence to like get them back up if they go down.
Okay. So we'll do
In
Volderol,
one
Clarence,
hit.
Mochi, and Marley. What did you roll?
It's a 12.
Okay. All right, Bobby, top of the order. What would you like to do as this golem comes to life and starts to reach for you?
As someone who is fairly learned in elemental magic, do I know if golems have any particular like affinity for any of the natural elements? What I'm asking is, if I lightning bolt this thing, is it gonna get stronger and punch me in the face?
I will say for this, I will give this to you due to your natural ability. It will not get stronger with lightning.
Great. Love to hear it. Great news.
I think flesh golems do that, which is upsetting. But no, not this one.
One of them, I did White Plume, and it was not a fun experience.
It's also wearing metal, therefore it's more conductive.
That's true. I'm going to cast. Let me check what spell slots I have left. I have 2 3rd levels. I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt at it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, I'm really sorry, and then Lightning Bolt it.
Okay. So, what is the save for lightning bolt?
It's Dex.
Okay. Has a -1 to Dex. What is the DC?
My DC? Well, you ask such a good question. Gosh, there must be a place on this sheet where it tells me what my DC is.
What are you using, D&D Beyond?
No,
Oh.
I'm using paper like a monster.
Wow.
Oh.
With Humblewood, you kind of have to.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing. I would
Yeah.
use D&D Beyond if it would let me.
I have to
My
buy a thing for
spellcasting
it.
modifier is what? 8 plus 3, which
You're-
is proficiency. 11 plus my intelligence modifier, which is 4, so that's 15.
Okay. I only rolled a 12, so you go ahead and do your worst.
Great. 8d6 damage. Whew. Boo-boo-boo. That is 26 points of lightning damage.
All right, 26 points. Very nice. Okay.
And it looks like that does what it's supposed to do, right?
Yeah, it does the full brunt of damage to this thing. You watch as the electricity kind of channels through it and finally dissipates, and you watch as like little chunks kind of blast off with the force of damage that you have done to it.
I think Bobby says, "Oops, I made a mistake. I'm sorry." And then that's the end of my turn because I'm a wizard and I don't have bonus actions.
It's okay, we can't all be perfect.
All right. In that case, let me look at the map here. Great. So I'm going to, Bobby, I'm going to position you in front of the golem since that's where you said you were. We can say that Clarence and Volderall can stay over there, and Mochi and Marley, I'm not going to necessarily move you. But the golem is going to make 2 slam attacks on Bobby, being the one that answered incorrectly. So Bobby, the first one is a 17 plus 8. So I'm assuming that's going to hit. And the last one is, the second one's an 18 plus 8. So that is going to be 6d8 plus 12. Which is 34, 40, 46 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Oof.
You're muted, Jelly.
I feel like my action speaks for itself. I only have 32 hit points. I'm a wizard, so...
Okay.
Clunk.
So you watch as your bird friend gets slammed into the ground, and the statue then points at Mochi, and Mochi, you start to feel this channeling of magic coming towards you, like almost this wave of chronomancy being blasted at you. I will need a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, heck.
I'm sorry, Anniek, you're muted. There we go.
There we go. I said I rolled a 16 and I have a +7, so I don't even have to do the math because you said DC.
Perfect. Exactly. Okay, so on that's failed save, condition, blah, 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 the effect lasts, start review. Okay, I don't believe you're affected. You watch as what you believe to be the slow spell is, or the slow condition rather, is attempted to be affected on you, which would have halved your speed. You couldn't use reactions. Can't make more than one attack on your turn, and you can either take action or bonus action, not both. But that does not affect you. That is it for the golem's turn, and we are now to
Uppies for half for not getting slowed.
Uppies for half. It is now Volderall's turn.
I'm just gonna run 30 feet forward. I'm on the measuring thing still. 30 feet to here. I'm going to symbol identity, so I just like become covered in these shrooms and fungi again, and then I'm going to Misty Step the rest of the way over to here. Just getting close enough.
Okay. All right. Any attacks or anything for your turn?
Nope, can't get them for that. Just want to get in close.
Okay.
There, sorry.
Clarence, it is your turn.
Okay. I need to move closer. 30, and then I think that brings me in range.
And you do have a new advantage, Clarence. So if you wanna burn that like it's burning a hole in your pocket.
Okay. Will do. We are going to okay, so the golem, I am going to cast hold person on the golem.
Okay.
It's humanoid, right?
Yeah, technically a construct, but I like the idea of hold person on it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell you no on that.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, I appreciate it.
What's the save on that?
Wisdom saving throw. And it's a save of
How wise can a golem be, right?
It is going to use its one charge of counterspell.
Pretty wise, okay.
Oh, I have that spell too. Too bad I'm unconscious.
Oh.
Anything else for your turn, Shadow?
Yeah, okay, sure.
If it hadn't succeeded earlier on blindness, it would have used the counter spell on that. So,
I'm gonna use my bonus action to healing word our fuzzy little friend on the ground.
I just wanted to say that I have counterspell because it's a flex.
She's got the bonus action. Okay.
Yeah.
So healing word on Bobby.
Yeah. So Bobby is going to take 7 healing points.
Delicious.
All right.
Yes.
Bobby, conscious once again.
Welcome
I
back.
feel like this statue doesn't reward intellectual curiosity.
Maybe.
Not in the shadow stacks.
No. Maybe if we give it the right answer, though, it'll stop. Maybe
Unless you're going to
that
figure out the
idea-
right answer real quick, we should probably work on trying to blind that eye.
I mean, also, yes.
Curiosity killed the Nimbloom.
Do we have
All right.
Do we have the question option again? I need to reread it.
It's
there
in
it is.
chat.
Okay,
It's in
yeah.
Yeah, the
chat.
question is in Zoom chat.
God, that riddle.
Mochi, it is your turn.
Anniek is trying to work on the riddle while Mochi is trying to survive in combat. This is a very difficult split. Oh god, I think shit, can I make it? I'm gonna move to the golem.
Okay.
Can I climb the golem if I have climb speed?
Yeah, you can absolutely climb a larger sized creature than yourself. That
Get
is
up to the eye.
give me athletics or acrobatics.
Beautiful. I'm gonna use one of my last rerolls for this because I think I know the answer, but I need to get up to the eye to be able to present an answer.
Okay.
Get to this eye, and I think I know the answer. Okay, that's better. Oh, let's do acrobatics because that answer's better. 19.
Very nice. You are able to climb up as the golem is trying to swat you. You are able to get to the eye necklace. What would you like to do?
Da 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 da. It's equal.
Mochi, you would watch as the eye closes. The statue, as it was taking a step to stomp on Roberta, steps back into place on its pedestal and comes to a resting position. It's
I remembered
April.
what a king is, you guys.
Good job. I mean, I think Roberta tries to clap, but like her wings are a little messed up.
Oh, poor
goodness.
little nipple.
We'll fix
Alright.
that.
Yeah, let's help her up with a heal.
Yeah, Mochi, this is why you didn't need to come to the school anyway, because you're too smart.
Yeah.
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 Clarence just like throws a book on the ground.
Roberta's like, oh,
Great,
God,
okay. You throw a deadly ancient tome of dark
Look what
magic
you've
on the ground.
done.
What's
not that one.
Let's-
Not
Great.
Oh wait, not that one. No. We take it back.
It wasn't the one covered in slime, okay?
As the 4 statues have come to rest, you would see that the brazier in the very center of the room just burst like a bonfire, is burning much brighter now.
Bonfire in a library. Now that sounds safe.
Do I have
Mhm.
any feelings about this fire? Like,
That's a
it's
great
like-
question.
Well, like it's a magical fire, so
It is a
like,
magical
I guess
fire.
I'm just curious about like
Romantic feeling.
no,
Yeah, do you
like-
have romantic feelings for the
Friendship.
fire now?
romantic feelings for this
What-
fire.
what-
Feel.
Or have any feelings for this fire?
But it's not a natural fire, right?
No, it is green. It is, yeah, it's giving off a magical vibe for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
But as you look into it, you can give me an Arcana roll or a Wisdom saving throw, depending on how much in control you would like to be of this.
The wisdom ones are always more fun, I think.
Yeah.
It's a solid 13 for a wisdom save. No,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me pull up your
Let me ponder
the
this
tenets
for a
of your
moment.
faith,
Oh yay! My favorite.
and you hear the voice of your. Yep. In your head. Remember the first tenet. Illuminate. Spread your light. Light can be a powerful thing, especially in places of darkness. And Marley, as like your eyes close to this voice when they reopen, looking down at this flame, the first thing you notice is that the brazier actually sits on a spinning pedestal, that it is raised up, and that, as you can see kind of on the map, there are 4 prongs that extend out from the brazier. And as you are looking at them, you can see that they have mirrors in them. Maybe not mirrors, glass, I would say. Some sort of refraction.
Are there mirrors or any sort of like I don't know, like a, I don't want to say like receptacle, but like a something for it to bounce off of elsewhere in the room?
So, yes, the statues.
Oh, all right, okay, interesting. Okay. Well, if only we had noticed this earlier. Bum bum. We could have avoided
I see no
Roberta.
problems.
No problems.
Nah.
No. Okay.
So what would you all like to do then?
Did any doors open up or anything?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right.
How much have we healed Bobby at this point?
Bobby, I believe, only has 7 hit points.
Because the Volro also slapped some healing in it, right?
I was gonna, but can you do some? So I used my smithing, so I've run out 1 slot.
Oh, beautiful. I will heal some more because some of the stuff I already used didn't take any spell slots for reasons. Let's do. I don't know. She has 30 hit points. I just know she looks like absolute trash right now. Yeah. No one else got hurt, so prayer of healing seems a little pointless.
Yeah, can I do like a perspective or investigation to have a look around, see if anything changed? Doors opened or secret like pillars or something?
Does Marley share the info that she pulled there about the spinning pedestal and the glass?
I think she'd probably, like, as she's kind of like looking toward the fire, she would have had to like walk down the stairs, I think, to get a closer look.
Okay.
So I think at that point she probably would have been something like, oh look, with this it does the and over. She's like not being very eloquent because obviously she's not really like paying attention to what's going on in the room. She's got this voice in her head, so she's like, it does the with the and the.
Just looking up someone's stairs, like what?
So yes, Volderel, you may do an investigation or perception check with advantage.
Thank you.
Roberta, you get 14 hit points.
Thank you.
Extra.
Okay. 12. Second one is
I would have had Revivify, okay?
23?
Or otherwise Speak with Dead. We would have been fine either way.
So, Volderel, you determine that if you spin this brazier and align these 4 points with the 4 statues, that you will probably affect something.
Oh, I think I get what you were getting at there, Marley. So if we do like this, is this thing big? How big is this thing?
It's what, almost huge sized, and yet because it is on a pedestal, it actually moves pretty easily. So Volderel, as you begin to spin this thing, you would watch as the fire within is refracted through these carved crystal glass points on the 4 points of it, that then send out these like laser-like beams directly towards the eye necklace of the 4 statues, blinding them.
Yeah, none of our ideas would have worked out like this. That makes a weird kind of sense.
And as it does so, this wall right here disappears, and you would find an entrance that is so dark beyond that you cannot tell what is on the other side.
Okay, everyone, listen up. We will be going forth into the darkness like the brave adventurers we either are or aspire to be, or can potentially one day in the future become if we decide we no longer wish to be straight A students. And we are doing this to help all of the humble folk and some of the bird folk. And I believe in us, and I say we can do this. And I cast motivational speech.
Beautiful.
I've been a student for years, but yeah, thank you.
That was Henry V level. That was once more to the breach to your friends once more. All right. What does motivational speech do?
For the next hour, you all have 5 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
You have advantage on saving throws. If you are hit by an attack, you have advantage on the next attack you make.
Beautiful. Okay.
Let's make it do this! Down with winter!
Dancing lights. And everybody gets a dancing light if you want it.
Oh, one each?
My
Nice.
dark vision.
I don't think I have dark vision.
Can I have a red one?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have my own light.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. I just have extra if you want some, but I can use it. It's
It's
fine.
okay. Argus looks like he could use a little bit more lights.
Yeah.
Argus just crosses his arms. I
Basically,
presume.
Broody Argus wants a bunch of Christmas
Yeah.
lights around him.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm helping.
Excellent speech. Excellent.
Yeah.
Marley's sounds so deeply insincere. God.
I feel like it was a little bit more for yourself than everybody else, but it still felt good, so I appreciate it.
Everyone's having a moment. Don't take it personal.
I really liked it.
Marley's gonna go ahead and draw her sword and
Huh?
walk into the corridor first. I think it makes sense for her to go first and Argus to follow in the back behind everybody else since he's so much taller than the rest of us.
So, Marley, as you were the first going through, A book seems to be open just slightly to where your eye catches one final riddle. A riddle that does not need an answer in this moment, but a riddle that is for you and you alone nonetheless.
Oh no.
My unending hunger consumes all. Before me even cities fall. I await all hell-bound men. A single spark, I begin again. And you pass into the darkness. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay. Bobby's next. Everybody's passing through, I'm presuming?
I'm trying to stick to Clarence and Roberta because, you know, I might be not the happiest to heal, but I do feel like they're the most likely to need healing. So, like, I'm just gonna be like a little med kit and stick with those two.
Med kit Mochi.
And I grab my shield, please, because I want my sentinel shield for this.
Duly noted.
I'd say very quickly, like as Volderol and everybody was like lining up the thing and to open the magic door, Clarence would be going to a section that they're very familiar with, and that is the section on the Scorched Grove, because that's the only other instance that Clarence knows of elemental shenanigans. And Clarence would be trying to take a book from the shelves.
Okay. Of course.
Just any book in particular, or like the one you think is going to be, we can say the one that is most helpful to your cause?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Probably the one that details specific things and stuff and rituals and whatnot.
Yes, we can say that you were able to grab a first-hand account of a bard that saw the whole thing. Okay. All right. Passing through all of you, let's move you over to the next map. You all would enter a magnificent hall down at the southern point of this map. Within, you can see that this chamber, this vault, is carved and decorated from the petrified wood, the deepest bits of petrified wood of the avium, and has become a cathedral unto itself. The thing you notice besides the carved wood that has been made to look almost marble-esque is that there are pedestals throughout the room. In addition to the braziers, which seem to burn a normal-looking flame, there are pedestals which depict items. There are also countless bones in here. And you are starting to recognize that this is the crypt of the avium, and also where it keeps its most dangerous items. You have found the true vault of the avium. And that's where we're going to take our break. So, as our party decides what they're going to do, what they're going to explore, and maybe what not to touch, stick around, folks. We'll be back in about 10 to 15. Take care of yourselves in the meantime. Do the things. And as always, you can impact this game and support a wonderful cause, Fauna and Flora, at any time. They actually did send me a little thing to read off of, so I'm going to do that real quick. Fauna and Flora is the world's oldest international wildlife conservation charity. They work closely with conservation partners in 40 countries to save nature. They have been using collective knowledge and experience for the people that work with them and their partners to protect biodiversity in all corners of the planet for more than 120 years. They work in, again, more than 40 countries across Africa, the Americas, Eurasia, and Asia Pacific. They have over 120 ongoing conservation projects around the world with 321 partners supported, including governments, universities, businesses, and local NGOs. There is a very specific cause that they are promoting right now that we will talk about when we get back. But like I said, in the meantime, stick around, donate if you can, and again, you can impact this game. We now have 2 complications, a handful of crits and advantages and everything else, and it's very much appreciated, all of that. Yeah, we'll be back soon. Stick around. Welcome back, everyone, to Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. Our lovely little party here has just discovered the true inner vault. Screw those books. Who reads books anyway? You have found the I think word we discussed, an ossuary, but also a holding place. The true vault, the true shadow vault. Although there aren't many shadows in here, this is a very well lit place. It is gilded. I mean, there's literal gold incorporated into the petrified wood that has become stone, almost marble-esque and colored in this massive hallway. As it seems as you stand before it, cathedral-like, with bones decorating all sorts of empty places and candles that seem to be eternally burning, though the wax pools at their feet. What would you all like to do?
Is there anything missing? Like, are there any of the pedestals like obviously empty?
Would you like to walk further into the room to figure that out?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Look at that.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's a trap.
As you all begin to walk in, please give me perception checks to see what you see.
Mm.
I know Derek would never lead me astray.
Never.
21 for Bobby.
Fantastic.
Dirty 20 for Voldor.
22, natural 20.
Hey.
A strong 3. I mean,
Solid.
Sorry.
Yes.
3.
yeah. Wait. A
Wait,
strong 8. I can't add.
Wrong age.
Just Clarence is just like covering their own eyes.
I can't take
I'm
it.
not supposed to look at these things.
25.
Okay. It feels like everybody except Clarence. This is what you get.
Oh no.
Walking into this reliquary, you would see again that there are countless skulls that are lining the walls as you immediately walk in. These are bird folk, humble folk, of all different variations. You kind of get the idea that it's rumored that when a wizard has dignified themselves enough and has chosen to lay themselves to rest, that it was tradition to place them at the foot of the avium, this being that foot, that their aberrant magic, the ambient magic rather is the word I was looking for, would be enough to contain whatever is held in the Shadow Vault. Although you never knew anybody. It's a practice that was like done ages ago. As you walk in, you can see that there is a book on a pedestal to your left that is sealed. There is a large crystal to your right. The book is to your left. The crystal is to the right. As you walk further in, you can see that there are hallways to your left and right that lead into just absolute darkness. You can't see what's on the other side. So it is well lit in here. There are these braziers that are burning, that are kind of like illuminating off of the gold and creating this very warm kind of feeling to what is a very cold room. Even the fires themselves don't seem to really give off enough heat to warm this room. As you look straight ahead, you can see that there are 4 objects right before you get to the dais. There is something that looks like a wooden dagger almost, 2 cloaks that are towards the center, and a large golden egg. And then on the dais straight ahead is a birdfolk skull with gemstones set in its eye sockets, and a tree, a petrified tree within a tree itself, which is a little odd, that has bones set into its roots all about it.
I don't know precisely what you're looking for here, but I do have something that might help. Well, I have a couple of things that might help. And I'm gonna cast Detect Magic in this room so that I can see the schools of everything. Like what is because Bobby is canonically having a test on this tomorrow.
Okay.
So Bobby knows what's up.
All right. So Bob, what is the I mean, you can, I think, maintain it for a little bit, so we'll kind of go through
I
here.
think it's 10 minutes, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
So Bobby, let's see. The first thing you pick up on is the book to the left I mean, everything in here has a magical vibe. There is like a magical essence of abjuration magic to everything in here. Like the very floor itself, the walls themselves are bleeding abjuration magic. That there is a protection to this. You are in a magical vault. Then there is abjuration magic around all of these individual objects as well. But the book that you see is just like there's that perma-black paint that's just like looking into a void. It's necromantic magic of the highest order. This is the most necromantic magic you could possibly view on the material plane.
And because of that abjuration magic around it, do I think that if I touched it and cast Identify, I would trigger an alarm? Is that the...
I think you would feel like you would have a tough time touching it in the first place.
Okay.
But you could roll an Arcana check, knowing that it has that much necromantic magic, and maybe try to. These are objects of notoriety.
Would you like me to see if I can remember any of it? I don't want to like harsh your vibe or anything, but like maybe Clarence and I together could like think really hard about what these could be, because they're probably pretty famous on account of them being very magically protected. And I have an Arcana modifier of something.
Yeah, I'll take whatever help I can get in a room full of skulls. So feel free.
+7. So I have a +7.
Oh,
Arcana.
me too.
Yeah. So either I can give you advantage or you can give me advantage. I don't particularly mind.
It's probably fresher in your brain, so to speak.
Okay. Is that okay, Derek, if we like brainstorm?
Yeah.
If there's
absolutely.
also a better like a way you have planned to like unveil these items, please let me know, because otherwise
No,
I'm just, like, tell me.
This exists for you to figure out. I do not ever have a single option for you all in mind.
There are many ways to kill a hummingbird.
Oh.
Guidance.
I said, if you had figured out the brazier thing in the last room, all the statues would have been gone in there. I love that you wanted to solve the riddles, but that was my quick and dirty way to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it took a very high roll to determine that as you first walk in and be able to see it.
While they're working on identifying things, are these books down here on these pedestals on the map?
They are. That's part of the map already. We can say that they do exist, but those aren't giving off any sort of magical vibe. If anything, they are scribes' notes of who was the last one to guard this place, of any notable events that happened in here. And actually, I'll give you this. You get the idea that there should be people in here, judging by the dates. There's a cutoff at a certain point where there are no longer writings of, day such and such, this is the date, no occurrences, all objects in stasis. And then there's a drop.
Was the last one?
A little over 5 years.
Interesting that they would have just stopped coming down here right before everything happened.
I'm gonna have a look around as well, but I'm gonna pass by. I guess it's Clarence there, because Clarence, you're like brainstorming this thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like pat you as I go past, give you guidance, and have a look around.
Guidance
So what is the
Roberta.
role to do? I'm sorry, Anniek, go ahead.
No, I was saying I gave guidance to Roberta, and then Full gives guidance to Clarence, and then everyone has everything they need, I think.
Perfect.
And Mochi's gonna grab that bronze amulet that was gifted to her by her parents.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's just going to whisper family under her breath very quietly to activate the stellar eye part of it. She's not gonna send it anywhere yet, but she'd like to have it ready.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's a 20. Well, it's 28 with guidance, 24 without guidance. So.
Roberta, this book could be only one thing. This is the Necronomicon Ex Corvus. This is the darkest book of magic that has ever been written by humble hand, and was said to be written by a Corvum who went mad long ago when he touched the darkest reaches of magic, and those darkest reaches touched back.
That seems fine.
This
The
is
light reading.
It's a bad book. A bad. One shouldn't assign value to schools of magic, but this
Thank
book
you.
maybe caused someone to go completely. They became overwhelmed by the dark magic, which is not their fault, but it
And
is
the lack of
unfortunate.
commas.
The commas. They got into an argument about the Oxford comma, and
Yeah.
in the end, that was what did them in.
Been there.
Honestly, I nearly lost my mind trying to learn trigonometry. I get it. I do.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful book, but also it has a history of its owners not turning out so well. So maybe I don't know what you're here for, but I hope that's not it.
No, that's not it.
Mm-mm.
All right, next one.
On to the next.
Roberta, as you say that, you do hear a voice that kind of echoes through the hall. I see we have more cowards. Fantastic.
Oh, the book is also rude.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're not stuck in a magical vault, so meh.
Oh, do you all hear that?
Meh.
Okay, moving on to the next object. This crystal next to you.
Yeah.
Abjuration magic all around it. Like a hint of elemental magic, but Roberta, give me an Arcana check on this.
Okay. I was just playing with it. I need to roll it on purpose. I'm gonna use
New
my
guidance.
second luck of the day.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural 20 plus
Okay.
2 plus 7, 29.
Nice.
Okay. This is an absolute legendary object. Again, most of the things in here are artifacts, like artifact classification, if not right around there. Either like these are all above very rare. These are relics. This, however, Bobby, is a fake. This is supposed to be the Borealis. This is not the Borealis. This is supposed to be the object that defeated the fire elemental during the calamity. This is not that item. This is a forgery meant to distract, obfuscate, make people think that they're looking at the real thing. It is not that.
I have terrible news. This is not. It says that it's supposed to be the Borealis. You've heard of the Borealis, right? It was very important in defeating the fire. Oh no, this isn't it though. Someone has tried to trick us into believing that this is the Borealis.
When the name comes up, when
Mhm.
Bobby says the Borealis, do I feel anything, hear anything?
Love these questions, Liz. It's great questions. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yeah, favorite. So 19.
19. There's a warmth that kind of comes over you, and the voice says, if someone has the Borealis, that is terrible news. We must find it.
Does it sound sincere?
I don't think that what it said is false in any way. It is
Sure.
terrible news that somebody has it. You must find it.
Okay.
You do hear, the rest of you hear that voice again. Oh no, someone stole the Borealis. Oh no. Well,
Okay,
at
what
least
do you
they're
know?
Cowards,
Where
but
is
not
Borealis?
stupid.
Which direction is this voice coming from? Does it sound
It's
like
like
it's
it's
coming from the book?
echoing, like in the way that like a Gregorian chant might echo through a cathedral. You are in like a sound tunnel, but it is coming from further in. You would, it's not right
Oh,
next
it's
to
not
you.
the book saying this?
Oh,
it's
okay.
something
It is not
else.
the book.
Right.
But do we get a sensation of left further in or right further in? So those are the two options.
Like
kind of.
central further in, like up on that dais further in.
Yeah.
So near that skull with like the gems.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Maybe, sorta?
reasonable guess. I think that's a
Beautiful.
good.
Let's go have
Yeah.
a word with the skull.
Ah.
Hops, hops.
Ugh, Another talking skull.
I know.
Continuing, and Bobby, I'm going to presume that you are holding your detect magic.
Yeah, and if I run out of time, I'll cast it again.
Yeah, you should. I mean, it shouldn't take you 10 minutes to walk through this room. But you detect moving in that there is a almost invisible to the naked eye, but right here in this circle, right next to the brazier, there is what is left of a teleportation circle. Like the chalk has nearly been rubbed away, the sigils have nearly been scratched away, but somebody carved into the petrified stone, and like with the light right next to it, it kind of glances off of it, but you can see that there is the remains of a teleportation circle that still might be activated with the right magical energy pumped into it.
Okay, I don't have that spell. That's a higher level spell than I can cast. But
Right. But if you put a spell of like a spell slot of a certain level into it, it's already been placed there. You could activate it.
oh,
And to Argus would note that there is thieves' cant indicative of his family's like tag, their symbol, that is placed on the brazier next to it, and the symbol of exit, with an arrow being pointed towards the teleportation circle.
could I don't have the spell, so I probably can't copy what there is, right?
Like you could jot it down for the like future reference.
Yeah, because I think if it is like in the language of teleportation circles, if there is something that Roberta might be able to like say, this indicates this place versus this place, right?
Yeah, the way I think about it is you have your spell book. You know, as a middle schooler can copy down a trigonometry problem. They don't know what it means, but they can copy it down in their book, and as they get better at it, they can figure out what all the aspects of it means. That's exactly, you know, you're learning the spells. You can copy down a spell circle or a teleportation circle, and then as you grow in your spell casting, better understand all the symbols. But yes, you can copy it down, and we'll get an Arcana check here in a second to see what you get out of it. But yes, everyone else is Argus's family was here. Great. Everyone else heading forward, and Bobby, I'm presuming with them, you would ping on both of the cloaks as you're going forward. Both of the cloaks, one gives off a lot of necromantic magic. That is the blue and black one to the right. The one on the left is actually, I don't remember exactly what that one does. That is kind of a mixed bag, really. I would maybe say transmutation is probably what that one pings a lot of. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to land with that. Transmutation and maybe enchantment. It is a robe that is seemingly made of like peacock feathers, just very vibrant, colorful feathers that are like with like this hooded robe with a chain that connects either side of it.
I'm sorry, it's feathers. I have to Arcana check it. It's law.
Go for it.
I assume Clarence is still helping me. I hope.
Yeah.
That's 19.
This is the feather robe. It is a robe made from the feather of a bird folk spellcaster, one of the great ancient wizard spellcasters, and it is composed, though it seems of many feathers, actually only of a single feather, flawlessly copied over and over again by the magic that created it, and can be quite powerful if the right caster can utilize it. Did you want to do the one on the right as well?
Yes,
Watching
I
the
might
gears
as well
turn.
complete the set.
Okay. I will. The rolls you've got are pretty great. I don't think there's any need to do that for a separate one. This is the Shroud of Ending. There's a tale of an old bird folk sage who believed themselves to be wiser than even the gods themselves, the Amaranthine. And one day they met one of the gods, and rather than accept death with dignity, they debated about their mortality, and eventually they made this cloak, forged of the night sky itself, infused with a fraction of their power, and it was gifted to them by the god. And this cloak bears a lot of interesting magics. It is not evil in and of itself in the way that death is not evil, but it has a sort of aspects of both night and death to it, where you can control even the time of day. You can control your own form, your own shadow. It's a very, very powerful object that would be dangerous if it fell into the wrong talons.
These are very powerful cloaks. Also, that one is really pretty, and I kind of want it.
I specifically heard when put in the wrong talons. Considering the fact that Mochi has paws and not talons, it feels like Mochi is excused from any potential wrongdoing that's said.
Little raccoon paws. Did you want to get the two on the other ends before we get to the figure at the top? Okay.
Set.
So the one on the left looks like a thorn with a hand, like a massive thorn. I'm talking like dagger-sized, like short sword-sized thorn with a couple of, additions poking out, and a wrapped handle around it that is giving off some pretty nasty magics unto itself. This, you would determine, is the Thorn of Kren. This is probably one of the most dangerous items in here, aside from the Necronomicon Ex Corvus. This is just full of eldritch power that can actually bend the minds and will of humble folk and animals alike and change them into bestial versions of themselves that become feral and chaotic in nature. This thing is also incredibly cursed.
A little cursed. Incredibly cursed.
Just so cursed. This thing, you can pack so many curses into this mother. The last object, the one on the very right, gives off necromantic magic, but in the way that necromancy can be, a warm, kind of comforting thing when it is used properly. This is the Egg of Rebirth. This is probably the most precious item in here. It is an item that can allow one, should they die, to be reborn.
Well, that's not so bad, I guess.
Everything has a price.
Yeah, this is an egg. It like being born, but different. The thorn is really cursed though, so like maybe don't touch that. I mean, don't touch any of it, 'cause it's probably bad. But
No, touch all of it. Bring me that egg, by the way.
no, you can't have the egg. Mysterious voice, you're not allowed. You're not responsible enough to have the egg.
Lame.
About that cloak.
About that cloak.
The voice wants you to
I'm
touch
not
the
talking
cloak.
to you, I'm talking to my new friend.
You're talking out loud. That means you're talking to everyone.
Hush your face.
Maybe they don't have a face and that's why they're so rude. Anyway,
That
the
could
cloak.
be the problem.
Maybe that is the problem.
I have what's left of a face.
I don't think we asked you.
The kind of nighty looking cloak. What? Say, theoretically, it doesn't sound too dangerous from how you describe it.
I mean, all of these items are locked up because they're dangerous.
Yeah, can I roll, like, I don't know, intelligence to see just how good or bad an idea it would be to take anything out of this place?
Yeah, I like this.
It's straight up intelligence, I guess. 15.
I think a 15 is above average. It's a fucking terrible idea to take anything out of this place. Are you kidding me? Everything's locked away here for a reason. The whole plot of our game hinges on somebody taking something out of this place. And look what happened.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just
Bricks
wanted to
on
make sure.
trash cans, and that's not because trash is dangerous. It's because they don't want me to steal their trash. Same concept.
You know how we have an unending winter right now?
Yes, I was practically born in winter.
Yeah.
Mochi, the thing is, I think it would be a really bad idea to take a camp right now. But we get out of here, we're bound to be able to get our hands on plenty of magical knickknacks, right? Especially as wards.
Back for it later.
So,
Yeah,
Bobby,
we can
there's
always come
something
back for it later.
something else you know
I
is
don't
that
know
this
if that's a
cloak
good idea,
is
guys.
very connected to Titan, the god of night and death, and that Mochi's god might not appreciate the competition.
So, so is your god particularly jealous?
I wouldn't say that she's necessarily into sharing believers.
Mochi, you get a little voice. Oh yes, please tread carefully here. Am I jealous, Mochi?
No, but imagine me with that cloak though. We do so many cool things. I can change my shape.
I give you so many cool things already.
I know.
Titan's a dick.
I know.
You know, there's a spell that lets you change your shape.
I have it.
Titan's
So then why
terrible
do
at
you need a
parties. He
cloak?
always comes in like, oh, let's talk about the gravity of death and life. I'm like, Titan, just have something to drink.
His clerics make him sound way cooler.
Do you know what it's like sharing a domain with a bird that has a stick up his ass like that? Oh, I'm the Night Father. Great.
Fair point. Okay, new plan. Leave the cloak for now. Come back, seal it, burn it.
Yes.
Apparently, Titan is a dick. I've just been informed.
You
You
get like
know
this
it.
rush of serotonin to your brain, just like, just a god like taking the amygdala, just being like, oh yes, it's very good. Here's your good body chemicals.
All right, plans for later. Leave the cloak for now. Let's go talk to a skull.
Yeah, speaking of mysterious, dickish characters.
Yeah.
Oh hi, that's me.
Hi,
Yeah,
Skullface.
figures.
I'm
Hello.
Clarence.
Hello, Clarence. It's a terrible idea to give your name to people
Why?
because now I
Names
have it.
mean power.
Well, you only have part of my name. My name is like 6 names long. There's many Clarences. How do you know you're going to get the right one?
Valid
Oh.
point.
That's a very
Yeah.
valid point.
All right. Well, at least I have the first one.
Let's see if you can earn another one. What's your name?
I don't mind sharing. My name is Caliban. It's lovely to make your all's
Oh.
acquaintance.
No.
Oh,
Did you know there was a play written about you?
Oh no.
I hope there's many plays written about me. I was very influential in my time.
Does that name ring a bell for like folks
Yeah.
outside the avium?
Yeah.
Caliban Skullkeeper. No history checks. I think you all would have heard the boogeyman stories growing up about Caliban Skullkeeper. Was one of the great dark wizards. If we are thinking
God.
of the Necronomicon Ex Corvus was written by another Corvum whose name starts with an L that I will find here momentarily. But so if you think of that one as like Sauron, this is the Morgoth, if we're going to get really nerdy about this.
Okay.
Yes, Caliban was one of the great dark wizards of like centuries past Humblewood. He was a necromancer. He was a being of near unstoppable power, and it took a lot to finally bring him down. And you're realizing now, as you were looking at this skull with gemstones set in its eyes, that he was never fully finished off. He attempted to become a lich, and only Demi got there.
Partially succeeded.
Yes, he is. This is the Demi Lich
Failed successfully.
of Caliban Skullkeeper.
Who comes in here?
Do you like visitors?
I haven't had anyone to talk to in over 5 years, I think. I've been counting the seconds to keep myself busy. So I think I'm off by a few thousand seconds, but
Who
5
was
years-ish.
The last person you talked to before us.
Well, there were the jerks that ran this place, and they were not very talkative at all. I think they had taken a vow of silence or some sort of thing. They were boring, but I would sometimes sing to them to see if I could get them to crack. Then it got very exciting for a very short period of time. There were a bunch of individuals I didn't recognize, led by this big, Strig individual, scary motherfucker. And he came in with a bunch of henchmen and a couple of students. And then they killed those students and gave them to me, which I really appreciated. And then they all teleported their way out after they took something or other.
Okay.
Do I know? I mean, I don't know how long I've been here. It probably isn't 5 years, but
Are there like stories about students going missing?
Yeah, surely people would know
heard?
that students gone missing.
I mean, like, at least Clarence probably would have heard something about a bunch of students going missing.
Probably
So-
not.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how long ago you
No,
started.
I mean,
the
but
AVM.
also,
recently
like,
with Purple
I'm
with them,
I'm gonna give this to Derek.
Yeah, I apologize
fair
for mixing up timelines a little bit here, but bear with me. This would have been after Clarence left.
I see. Okay.
But before I got here.
I leave that to you. There's students who leave all the time. There's students who are lost to this or that. Going to the avium is a dangerous thing. It's not like you go to college and they're like, oh, we lost another one. Like, it's you just don't hear back. You know,
Well, I
if your
guess-
kid doesn't cut it,
I guess my question is more like, are there like the late night spooky stories that kids tell each other, being like, I remember my cousin's brother's second sister's third related
wait,
whatever
When did this happen?
told me that these kids went missing and nobody knows what happens to them, and now they're just like haunting the halls, you know, like some random ghost story.
yeah, I mean there are ghosts in the avium too.
Sure.
So that definitely. I mean, this is, you know, not to reference J.K. Rowling any more that she deserves, but this is Hogwarts-esque in the sense that, like, yeah, scary shit happens.
Yeah.
Voldemort, this
there's-
happened about 5 years ago.
Stories
Okay.
of people, because people disappearing like mid-semester would be
Right.
something
Yeah, people
different.
disappearing in the night, and it's kind of like, did they go home? I don't know. Did they go off to become a lich somewhere? Are they like stuck somewhere in the walls? Clarence, give me a perception check.
Perception.
They're watching us right now.
I mean, probably. Clarence is gonna use one of her rerolls. Okay, that's better. That's a 15.
Clarence, so this skull is set up on a pedestal on this dais. Behind it, you can see that there is this tree with all these skulls and bones kind of like set into the roots of this tree all around this central skull, even the tree itself petrified and skeletal looking. And yet there is a pop of color amidst all of these bones, and you would be very recognizable to you. These are the same colors of the flowers that you lost when you were at the avium. And as you look closer, you can see that tucked into the roots of this tree are the colors of an avium student's robes and absolutely the bouquet that was taken from you.
Oh. So, how many students did they bring?
2.
Was one of them named Becky?
Would you like to ask them?
Oh, you can't do that.
Well, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it seems loaded.
Yeah, but if we can ask them, then we would know who did it and
If
why.
they know who did it, it might just be that people came and forced them to help them get in.
Hmm.
So
That's
I'm not
my
an
whole
expert
point.
on liches, but I kind of feel like if a lich wants us to do something, then we shouldn't do it.
Oh, who brought the buzzkill? Boo.
I mean, there's a plan A and a half where if you want to talk to Becky, but not do it through the lich skull thing. I'm sorry, I don't know the proper form of address for this particular situation.
Wait a second.
I-
You, Mapok. You look really familiar.
I get that all the time. I'm fond of those faces. I have.
Does your mom
Yes.
work here?
No?
Work is a large word. She is often present.
You're a bright stream, aren't you?
No.
I
God.
can neither confirm nor deny. Anyway, I have speak with Dad if you wanna like not use the lich, but still.
What's
talk
it
to
like
Becky.
being a disappointment?
Oh,
I've always
that's
wanted to
actually-
know.
I don't. You're a skull on a pedestal. You tell me.
Would you like me
She
to tell
said-
you?
What it's
Yeah,
like
what's it like being a
disappointment?
disappointment?
You're like half a lich. You do have a lot of right to talk to me about being bad at something.
I mean, I'm bad at everything.
Considering the amount of bones a person has, you're less than half a lich. Anyway, I was done talking to you, and I was asking Clarence if you want me to do to speak with that instead of letting the lich do speak with that. Because I can. Like, twice today.
Well, I don't know. What do you think the odds are that Becky knows something?
You guys friends when she was alive?
No.
Oh, that's probably going to lower the odds in a bit.
Well, I don't think it'll necessarily lower the odds of whether she actually knows something, but it'll lower the odds of whether or not she'll actually talk to us.
Right.
Do you at least want your flowers back, Clarence?
Kinda, but I kind of feel like the less than lich skull isn't gonna let me have them.
I could let you have whatever you want. How do you think they even got to the Borealis in the first place?
Because you let them take it?
You all sit here, oh, you don't have that much power, oh, you're only half a lich. I have plenty of power, especially given 5 years of just sitting here with it. I am brimming. And Bobby, you would see absolutely like the abjuration magic around this skull is like pulsing against the skull's magic that is just like just flooding from it. But it is a dam with cracks in it.
There's a lot of power here that is not very well contained. So I'm not entirely sure that we should like engage with the magic of this failure of a spellcaster.
Well, I just have a question for him. What is your actual purpose here?
This is my prison. This is where I'm being held because they didn't know what else to do with me.
Okay.
But at least they put me in a little place where I can look at everything.
Okay, so you're not actually like, you're not a guard dog or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
But what's your deal? You've got an interesting thing going on there.
Marley literally turns around and walks the other way. Not having that conversation with the skull.
Do we get the inside check Marley in here?
Yeah, that's like
That's
so
very
constantly secretive.
abrupt.
I've got to do an inside check.
This is starting to feel awkward.
He'll consume you too,
Inside check,
honey.
Marley?
Marley is very
What's up, Liz?
nice. Don't speak to my friend like that.
I'm only telling the truth.
What he? No one's gonna consume Marley. She's a baker.
Wait, he's not talking about that badger back at the thing, is he?
Is he talking about the badger?
I think that's a bit. That's a
Yeah,
a bit blue,
that's-
mate.
That's not this conversation. That's
They were roommates.
And the skull
Alright,
said
good.
he's also not talking about the pretty ladybird that winked at her after that one combat.
Oh, I was not there for that, but I will ask about it later, I suppose.
Smart.
You have very complicated relationships with people.
Just being an adult.
Ugh.
Speaking of resemblances, your strict friend that's quiet in the back there is also very familiar looking.
Marcus.
Can't just say that all Strake look like other Strake.
That's not what I'm saying.
Alright, then speak clearly.
I'm saying it sounds like Daddy did a little bit of work. Are we trying to follow in his little footsteps?
Oh, you're trying to start shit. Argus already told us a bunch of this. But good try. Like, good effort. A- for trickery effort. C on the execution.
I figure we've got most of what we came here for, right? If you think you can bring Becky back and we can...
I can most certainly bring Becky back.
Oh, I'm not
We're
talking
not
to you.
bringing
mate.
Becky. No, I can talk to Becky.
I'm
Boring.
talking to Mochi. Yeah, turn to Mochi. I'm talking to them up here. Do you reckon you can do
Yeah,
it?
no, I can't actually. No, I think she's been dead for too long for me to bring her back to life. I can just talk to her.
that works. We just need to know what happened.
Yeah, we can at least just ask why she was down here.
Yeah, who brought her here? Maybe where they went, where they came from.
Roberta, were you friends with Becky? Or is it really gonna have to be me? Because I don't think she's gonna talk to Clarence.
I don't think that I don't think I ever met
you didn't
Becky.
go here yet. Shit.
So, like,
Okay.
the personal history between Clarence and Becky, were they like... So we know that they were enemies. They were not besties. But, like, was it because they were, like, on the same level? And Becky
Was
was
it like a respect
jealous?
thing?
Or, like, what was the deal there?
It's like they were classmates, and Becky would always pick on Clarence, and then Becky stole the little bundle of flowers from Clarence. The little bundle of flowers are from Clarence's like home place.
Okay, so Becky was literally just a bitch. Like,
She was just a bitch.
Yeah, just a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some deep-seated emotional issues, but we're not here for Becky-related therapy.
Well, sure. I guess the question was more like, I'm wondering if Roberta could be like, oh, well, you know, Clarence, and kind of get in that way.
I reckon if we offer Becky something, like let her family know, you know, so they don't worry anymore, something like that, we will tell them what happens in our condolences in exchange for information. I mean, obviously not the GMs, but I mean, theoretically.
Okay, so we let Volderol do the talking. This sounds good to me. Right?
Wait,
You're
no.
wise and old. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
Yep.
I don't talk to teenage
All right,
girls that
Volderol,
often
you're up.
for a reason.
And at the end of the Volderol, you're up sentence, Mochi will cast Speak with Dead on what is left of Becky, hoping that there's enough of a mouth that it can still talk.
All right, speak with dead. It doesn't work for me. What is the... Oh, there we go. Okay, so speak with dead. Semblance of life to a corpse, allowing it to consume. Of
And
course,
intelligence.
so a mouth can be undead. Spell fails if the target of the spell...
I'm gonna whip round to Clarence and be like, Clarence, what was Becky like? What was she into?
5 questions.
I don't know, being the best at stuff.
Okay.
All right. You identify what is most likely Becky's skull. Clarence, what was Becky?
Becky was a Corbin.
So very similar, yeah, corvid skull, big beak. And you would watch as there's a light kind of illuminates like stars, I would say, judging that this is Mochi's magic, that illuminate behind the eyes, and the skull. Yes.
Okay, I turn to Clarence, I wink, and I say, I don't know, Clarence. This is the fourth one. I mean, you say she was the best, but just know the body. You must be Becky, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I've come to hear that you're probably like the most, the premier person to talk to about pretty much anything that goes on in this place.
You get 5 questions. That's
you
how
actually
Speak
get
with Dead
correct.
works.
Thank you.
Oh, okay,
5
we get
questions.
Thank
You get 5
Okay,
questions
cool.
to ask. So
Cool.
I
All
was
right.
already
That can
hoping
interpret-
we were
them.
gonna go for you were the best, right? And
Yep,
yeah,
you've
not
already
going to
used one
interpret
of
that as a
them.
question, but yes, yes, you have asked
Cool.
if it is Becky.
I thought we
So
were
you have 4
just talking to it, but that's fine.
You have 4 questions left. The corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile, if it recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, it only animates its spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events.
Cool. Okay. Right. I'll be brief. Becky, you're dead. Sorry about that. Don't have to answer anything about that. However, we will let your family know and send our condolences. That way they don't have to worry. But in exchange, we need to know what happened to you. Can you tell us?
Yes.
Tell us, please, Becky. Thank you.
I was in school, and then I was out of school, and then these really cool like bandit guys came up from the bandit fortress in the mountains, and they were like, we'll give you like so much cool stuff if you help us get into the Shadow Vault. And I was like, I don't know how to get into the Shadow Vault. But then I figured it out. And then we got into the Shadow Vault, and then we got into the real shadow vault, and then they had us create a teleportation circle. I was like, I barely know how to do this, but I did it. And then they stabbed me in the back, like literally, like, ow, a lot. Because it doesn't just take one. You think it takes this one. It does not. And then I died.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. How many questions is that, Mochi?
Two
I've got
actual
two left.
questions. Yeah, because you asked, is this Becky? And we got a, can you tell us what it... No, three, because you first said yes to, can you
that is
tell us
three
what
questions
happened to you? So
Right,
you're
yeah,
on
you have
three,
two
you
questions
have two
left.
left.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right, so I'm going to turn to the others. So far, so good. Is there anything else we need to know? I think maybe she might have heard one of their names or something.
Where did... No, but she made teleportation.
Wait, yeah, wait, where did the
Where does it
circle
go?
take him? Yeah.
Right, good
Where does
thinking.
the circle go?
Okay. Okay, Becky, you're very helpful so far. Where did the circle go that you made for them?
I only made half of it. The other student made the other half. But pretty sure it went somewhere in the mountains.
Yeah, okay. Maybe back to the camp.
Okay.
And last question. Oh, go on.
Well, my
I've-
suggestion for the other question was going to be...
I was gonna say-
Student.
Yeah, I was going to say the same
Well,
thing.
their
Yeah.
family as well, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Okay, and last question. Who was the other student?
This lame nerd Virgil Swiftstep, but he was really good at teleportation circles. So, but then he also died. So,
I mean, you're dead too, Becky. Thanks for the time. Apologies.
wait, what? Just from his back.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I think I've got a headache. You want to take the next one, Mochi? I'm going to go in there. Like, just talking to a teenage girl has given me enough of a headache. I'm going to go sit down.
Mochi's just sort of looking at her hands going, I can summon the dead!
Yes, that was really cool. Awful, the one that you summoned. Honestly, really glad when she died. But yeah, good necromancy. Do you want to try some necromancy? I could teach you a few things.
No.
Right, stream. Ah, jeez, double birds.
Well, you
My
know,
god is cooler than you. I would never, ever abandon her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so we know it was some bandits from the mountains. We know that they used Becky and Virgil to send them somewhere back.
No, that one of them looked like Strig. Not Strig. Was Strig, but looked like, and then
Like
Argus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
yeah,
like, as,
which
as
we're
we're-
assuming it's his dad.
as we're rattling these things off, like Marley's kind of just watching Argus to see what his reaction is to all of this. Like, I mean, I think we're putting the puzzle pieces together pretty strongly. That like this, what did he call it? Royalty, mountain royalty, is probably related to him.
Like, currently, Mochi realizes that most likely is... No, that's not true. Mochi wouldn't go for most likely. Mochi has this soap opera kind of... It's obviously his twin brother, right? Because there's always an evil twin. It is
Right.
clearly his twin brother. It
An
has to
owl
be.
with a goatee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
An eye patch.
Story beats wise, it's gotta be a twin.
I feel bad that she's not here now. They're like,
I just picture it
what
watching
man?
the
He's not.
recap.
Well, the skull said father, right?
Yeah, that's one.
I
Yeah.
did.
Twin makes a
I
better
wasn't
story.
addressing you.
Okay, so we have to go stop Winter, and then we have to come back here and crush the skull somehow, and I also have to burn that cloak.
Okay, but first, can we check out what Virgil has to say? Maybe
Do you think Virgil knows more?
there's two parts to the teleportation circle. We need to know where they went.
Oh yes, cast
Use
more
the
necromancy.
Do we know how to use the teleportation circle?
I
Because
could
I'm
tell
pretty
you.
sure
I could put.
God, will you stop talking? Oh,
I
God,
could
you're
put
giving
a
me
spell
headache.
slot into it, even though I don't know the spell. I might be able to recreate it, but it would just like take you there.
Yeah, we would have no way of coming back. It's a one-way go.
Without even knowing where we're going.
I can make a deal with all of you.
Oh boy.
I really think you should stop interrupting people.
I'm part of this conversation. You're literally standing around me. That's rude.
We did kind of walk into his house.
Yeah, you have to actually go point.
We're
That's fair.
bad guests, honestly, at this point.
Roberta puts like a wing in front of his face, so like it's like closed off.
I have true sight. I can literally see through that.
Well, aren't you just so special?
Yes, I am. That's my point.
Well, if you're so special, then maybe you should end this winter.
Oh, I can't. I'm only a demi-lich. Come on. I mean, there's
Exactly. That's what I thought.
It's above your pay grade.
Oh,
so-
boo.
I could probably reactivate it for you if you'd like, but there's no guarantee. I mean, I might be able to I don't know if I can reactivate it, but maybe I can. And you could like go there, but I wouldn't be able to bring you back.
And we wouldn't know where we're going.
Yeah. Well, and we also kind of were going for like, maybe don't appear in the middle of bandit royalty and like get stabbed to death before we can say, hi, her name is Clarence, you know?
So Marley turns to Argus as the rest of them are having this conversation. and I know, like, obviously I don't want to speak for Christian while he's gone.
Sure.
But I feel like it stands to reason that someone with Argus's background of coming from the bandit camps, his father is literally royalty there, like running everything. Argus probably has a pretty strong idea of where something like a teleportation symbol circle would pop them in, presumably in some sort of like maybe an underground vault. It's probably not going to go to like the main hall where people would, you know, see them immediately when they came in. Just kind of using common sense, I guess, is where my brain is going here. Like, it is. So I feel like even if we were to just take the teleportation circle, the mountains are where we want to go anyway. So chances are pretty good that either they have a place that's set up like to receive people, or like I just don't think it's gonna pop us into like an overly populated area that's gonna be chock full of guards and we're immediately going to be in combat. Like, very possible that there will be people guarding it there, but like probably not like a whole squadron or anything like that. So I don't know.
Would you like to do an intelligence check with advantage?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Guidance.
Intelligence checks.
I can see
With
your
guidance.
thinking.
You can see the thinking.
I can hear the pain in your brain.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Oh. Let's use
Thinking
that.
is hard, yo.
Thinking is hard though, for real. 17 total.
I think that you are along the right track. That yes, it wouldn't make sense for like bandit royalty to tell somebody where they're going to be, even if it's two different students. Giving them half of, you know, the information is still half of where they're going to be. You're not going to do that in the main hall. You don't want anybody even using that teleportation circle later to bring in an army into your main hall or your barracks or what have you. Argus would probably tell you they would either, yes, place it somewhere that's going to be trapped that only they would know the way out of, or like a vault or something like that, or they'd just place it somewhere mundane in the middle of nowhere, where only they would know where they would end up and be able to navigate back. Like, if you just put somebody in the mountains, they're not, and they don't know which way to go once they come out of the teleportation circle, that's a death sentence in and of itself.
Well, luckily for us, we have Argus, who would presumably know how to find his way out of something that's been created.
Literally has a background feature for it. Yeah.
So I think it's a safe bet that if we were to open up this teleportation symbol, we would be able to find our way. And worst case scenario, we end up in a room full of guards and we just immediately go into combat anyway. Like, oh no, we have to kill some bad guys. Oh no. It's just my thought.
I like it. I'd be down.
So we're building the circle.
I just feel like
And it saves so much time as well because the mountains are really high and really cold.
I think at this point, where we are now, we are not getting back here. Once we walk out of here, we are not coming back in the same way we got here. There's no way that they are not going to know, that the avium is not going to know that we were here. I just don't see that being possible. I think this is a solid way out. It's a solid way to get us closer to the mountains and much more quickly than we would have otherwise. I think it's our safest bet that just makes the most sense at this point.
I reckon as long as we take precautions before we go, sure, I'm with it.
And we're sure the teleport circle works.
I mean, I'm not sure, but I can put some spell slots into it and see what I can do.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. And
We have to go there anyway.
yeah, we have to go anyway, so
Yep.
no time like the present.
So wait, which of you is staying to hang out with me then?
I'm staying, but I'm
Becky?
gonna be leaving right after.
No, it's been 5 years and I have had no one to speak to. One of you is staying, even if I have to hold on to your bones.
Well,
No, I don't
maybe if
think
you were
so.
nicer, we could take you with us.
Whoa.
That
wanna
was
take me
my
with you?
Talk to
probably-
Becky.
Hold on. We're Clarence and I are talking. So, what would I have to say for you to take me with you?
Jesus.
I would need your unbreakable vow that you will do everything in your power to stop this winter.
Okay. All right. I can get behind that.
That's
Dark
a little
wizards
open-ended,
known for
perhaps.
their honesty.
Maybe I didn't
Most
that they
of us
can't
vote
harm
against
us or anything.
this.
Yeah, I don't think that's a really good idea, Clarence.
Okay, then we can't take the teleportation circle.
Yes, we can.
But we can't.
Yeah, he
Unless
won't
you're
let
staying
us
behind
go.
here forever.
Yeah.
He just said that.
Don't
Again,
believe him.
Dark wizards, not known for their honesty.
Bobby, if you're willing to bet your life on that, then that's your choice.
I mean, I'm in this much at this point.
When we
Alan
came
knows
in,
I'm here.
when we came in, did a door or anything close behind us?
I did not.
It's not. Okay.
I'm just
No.
gonna do it
Okay.
and then leave.
Yeah. Besides, once we're out, I can tell my mom that we left Bobby with the lich, and she can go help Bobby and check on the lich because it's leaking.
Mom, you have a lich leak in your basement?
And we left her favorite student next to
Look
it.
at that.
Oh, who are you gonna call?
I want to look at this
Sutton Bright Stream.
teleportation circle to see if this is actually a viable plan that I have.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh, it's good. That's a 26.
Nice.
If you were to pump, so teleportation circle is a 5th level spell. So what I would need is the equivalent of 5 spell slots.
I have a third and a second that I could put into it.
That would be good. It does not just have to come from Bobby, but I would need the equivalent of 5 spell slots to be pumped into this thing to activate it.
Gonna vote not casting spell slots on people that are portaling into a bandit camp.
Yeah, I mean, let's
We
just
stay
hope
in
that
the-
I don't need them to get out of here afterwards, but it'll be fine.
I'll call my mom. It's fine.
Okay. That is a third level spell slot. I just want to point that out.
Call my mom.
I have to call my mom
Oh,
anyway.
my mom is. Yeah.
So
Um,
Bobby, even before you go to cast, we're gonna go ahead and do our complication just to get out of the way.
Oh, great.
Oh, God.
No.
You hear the skull, the demi lich of Caliban's skull speakers say, "Fine. I tried to make a deal. I tried to be reasonable, but I said if you tried to leave, that I would keep you here, even if it's just your bones. So, to give you a little foreshadowing of what your fate's going to be, enjoy Becky. And you would watch as the bones kind of like in the roots of this, that if detect magic is still being maintained, you would watch as the dam that is of abjuration magic that has been holding back Caliban just shatters like glass, and this necromantic magic just floods this area, and you start seeing the bones move and cobble together and restructure themselves. And we're going to use one of my favorite stat blocks from Humblewood, as you would watch as two cobble frights emerge from.
I saw those.
I don't know those. What are we looking at?
These are essentially like take a bunch of bones and then just mix them together.
Just
I'll
put
see
them
if I can
Nice.
see if I can show a picture of it here, if it'll sport. So cobble
Yeah,
frights.
They're not.
It's like a
cute.
parrot, but bad.
They're not cute.
Yarp.
Oh, alas, poor Becky.
But yes, these are just like a
Honestly,
bunch of
Becky never looked
bones.
better.
So Becky's part of this. Becky's part of a community again. You would watch two of these.
Oh, Becky.
Oh, Becky.
And then the you would watch as both of the gems activate as well.
Oh no.
And you would see that two of the statues here also activate. And you would watch as two iron, what are the shield guardians, also activate near this hallway and begin to step out. And we will likely get into combat the next round. What I'm going to have is, because it takes a minute to cast Teleportation Circle, if we do get into the next episode, I will just have Roberta casting that and otherwise out of combat. But you at least get Bobby for the next 20-ish minutes as we roll for initiative.
I was right.
Oh
Just
boy.
want the record to reflect that.
Which part?
Most
Should've
of us
just-
never doubted you.
Should have just put the skull in a bag. And
That's what
taken
I
it
was
with
trying to
us.
do.
I don't think that would have worked out any better.
I
All right. There we go.
All right, anybody above 20?
No.
mean, 21.
21 for Clarence. All right.
Woo, that's not great.
Anybody between 20 and 16?
18.
20. Because my
Okay. So
shield gives me advantage. Otherwise, it would have been a
24.
4.
Mochi, 16 for Marley, and then Folderol, what was yours?
17.
7. Okay.
Good, we're good.
So-
We're pretty close together. This is great.
Right, and then Folderol. Okay, and that's everybody, right? I didn't miss anybody.
No.
Cool.
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby, yes. Bobby, what was yours?
I'm 14.
14. Okay.
Bobby.
So
I
Bobby.
have to save a third and a second level spell slot for this
Yeah, that's
thing
right.
now.
I'm actually gonna say you don't have to do that if you do not want to, because again, I'm not gonna make you show up just for the first 20 minutes of next episode and then have you hop off. Just be
Okay.
respectful of your time. So if you do want to use whatever spell slots you have, I will put that on me and have Bobby casting the teleportation circle. So if
Okay,
combat
just have an
does look a
8-hour
little
nap in
rough,
here.
And there are also other folks in the group who have spell slots.
yes.
So,
And if Bobby does look
Barley
really rough,
nowadays.
you just need to get through six rounds.
I'm
next.
fine. Everything's fine. Everybody.
Everything's great.
Fine.
everything's great.
All right. First at the top we have Clarence. So Clarence, you have these cobble frights, you have these iron defenders, one of which is near the teleportation circle, just as a heads up. What would you like to do?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, Clarence. Okay. All right. Clarence can do a couple things here. All right. First off, Clarence is going to cast Bane. So up to 3 creatures. Would this work on them, or are they considered creatures?
They are creatures. Yeah, although everything here is creators. So
Okay,
yes,
okay.
you could do the Demi-Lich, the Iron Defenders, or the Cobble Frights, all of which count.
Oh.
Press
Oh,
difficult price.
Yeah,
somehow
yeah.
did not come into my brain that we were gonna have to fight the demi-lich. And of
Yeah,
course
right,
it makes
I was-
sense because
yeah.
he's just gonna keep
Yeah.
raising things, but
Yeah,
it
that
didn't-
was
it didn't
yes.
click.
Same
I don't know
though.
how bad the cobble frights are, but you have a cleric, so at least skip one of the cobble frights if that's your option.
Yeah, wait, skip it, you're saying? Don't cast on them. I wasn't gonna cast on those.
No. just go
Also,
for
if you would
Arthur.
like any strategic notes, you can use a bonus action to roll for. We could do a number of skills on this, but if you this is sort of a puzzle combat. So if you're looking for tactician notes, you can use your bonus action to get those.
Got it. I will.
Pan, you are
You get
muted.
any-
Yeah, I just realised. I was saying
You go.
Argus is still offering advantage, right?
Argus is offering a help action. Yeah.
Great, okay.
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 Well, I can't target those guys, so well, honestly, yeah, we'll just because I can't target the other ones. So yeah, we'll just pour it into the 3 in front. So yeah, the 2 skull thingamabobbers and the lich.
Okay.
Yes, so they need to make charisma saving throws.
Okay. So. Nope, that's a 5 minus 3 for the cobble frights. The demi-lich. That's only a 9.
Ooh, all right, yeah, they're all baned now.
Okay.
Nice.
Perfect. And then Clarence is going to use one of her bardic inspirations. Oh, nope. Never mind. I have to use those as actions for those. Never mind. We will just bonus actions of bardic inspiration over to Marley.
Okay.
Can
Cool.
you reach Marley? I'm
Oh.
down by the Borealis, quote unquote, the Borealis. I literally walked away.
You're all the way over
Wait,
there.
where else?
I mean, technically, it just says as long as you can hear me.
Oh, well, yep.
Wait, sorry.
And we have described
Oh,
this
no,
as a very
never mind.
echoey hall.
Mhm.
Never mind. It is 60 feet.
Oh,
Shout louder.
How
Oh,
far is
oh,
it to Marley?
no.
Is it
It's-
120 at least?
It's very
think
far
so.
away. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Let's see. If it's 120, we did describe this as echoey.
140.
It's 140. Okay.
Yeah.
So just out of reach of Marley. Okay.
No, that's okay. We'll go ahead and we'll give it to Mochi.
Okay. Bardic Inspiration, Mochi. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's everything.
Cool. Mochi, it is your turn.
Bardic is a D6 at this level, right?
D8.
D8, right? Because we leveled up because we're cool
Mhm.
and we're heroes. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I mean, cleric's gonna cleric, right? Undead spirits by darkest ground with divine light, their curse be sever, restless souls find peace forever. Turn undead.
Okay. What's the saving throw?
That's a very good question. Wisdom.
Okay.
And
Minus 1 to
that-
wisdom. Go ahead.
They're
And they have to
big.
-2. All right. I'm going to use my advantage on this.
God damn it.
But still, no, they
Oh,
failed.
all of them before the Oh, perfect. Anything that's under CR half or lower gets destroyed because I'm level 5, which gives me hope for the cobble frights, but not for the lich.
Okay. Otherwise, yeah, the
run
lich
away
the
for
lich
a
succeeds. The cobble frights fail. So they're frightened of you for a minute. Okay. Okay. Great. That's super neat, Mochi.
How tough are those cobble frights, assholes?
They are CR5s.
Dun, dun, dun.
All
These
right.
are running away from me, so they can't get close to me, so that's nice.
Yes, and it is their turn unless you had anything else for your turn.
No one's hurt yet. I have my shield out. I think we're gonna move a little bit, and oh, we got it. Yeah, let's do this. Mama always said never be within 30 feet of the ledge. Right.
Great life advice.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, that's it for me. I've moved. I don't have bonus.
Cool. I just want to double check that turn undead, what that means for them. Where do we go? Turn undead. As an action, holy symbol, black feels it turned. Okay. Move as far away from you as it can. If it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet, can't take reactions, can only use the dash. Okay, so it just can't move towards you. You're right there. So I'm going
reactions, so no AOs.
Okay, so I am going to have them just use their dash action, get as far into the corner as they can, literally trampling over the candles. They are, yeah, that's about as far as they can get.
You better run, you cowards!
Literally bones shaking. That is
Perfect.
it for their turn. They can do nothing else. Let's see, for its action. Do they redo the saving throw every turn for 1 minute or until it takes any damage? Okay,
Yeah, no one
answer my
hits.
question.
No one hit them.
Okay,
If you
next
touch
up,
them, I lose them.
Volderall, it is your turn.
Okay, the two big guys at the back.
Mhm.
What did you say they were? Describe them as?
These are basically statues that have been animated. These were like warrior-esque statues with shields and blades that were seemingly made of metal. These are like bronze, maybe gold, the gilded sort of nature to them, that have both been animated. So yes, armored humble folk in with shields and weapons.
Okay. Mochi, how long do you say I was gonna last?
About a minute.
Should we handle these guys here first? And I point to these two like stone
please.
things.
That or the skull.
You know what? There's enough of us. I'm just thinking, like, do we want to handle these two guys? I want to keep them away from everybody else, so I'm just gonna move down, and I'm gonna. Sorry, 1 second. Oh my God.
We also need them away from where Roberta's working.
Yeah, where is Roberta?
Where it says
she
Argus
hasn't moved
family
yet.
was here.
No, I'm not. Am I?
She needs to go there.
She
I
needs to
need
go
to
there,
go
but
there.
she
Correct.
hasn't moved
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then we better deal with this guy in the corner first. So I'll head down to do that. Here. Right. Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast Entangle on this dude here in the corner by Argus fan was here.
Okay. And what is the save for that?
Sorry, my is messing up.
Very good.
Spell save DC. 15.
15 Dex, Wisdom. I'm guessing Dex.
Oh, sorry, Dex.
Okay. Rolled it to a 12, so they
Okay.
fail.
All right, then vines rip out of the ground, just holding this thing in place, so we can just wait on it, I guess.
Okay. So that one is entangled. Fantastic. Great. Anything else for your turn, Volderall?
I've got a reaction, but I'll hold that.
Okay. Marley, it is your turn.
Marley is going to pull her crossbow and aim for the other defender.
Okay.
So we're just gonna fire off a bolt and then drop the crossbow, same as before. There it is. It's a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Oh shit! Okay.
He watches the crossbow bolt glances off of the metallic armor.
Okay, so as she's dropping the crossbow, she's gonna yell, "Come and get me!" And just kind of move 25 feet behind this brazier over here.
Okay.
She's basically just trying to draw their attention so that they are coming toward her.
Okay.
And we are going to hold on to a channel divinity. If they get close enough, I'm gonna pop it off.
Okay. Great. It is their turns. Volra, what is the? Do they need to make another save for entangle in their turns, or how does that work?
Pan stepped away for a second.
Oh, Pan stepped away. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at my screen. I will look at entangle real quick. But with the other one, that one's definitely going to go towards Marley. So let's see here. They have a movement. I believe only 30 feet. Yeah, 30 feet. They don't have any range, so let's see. Marley, this one is going to use a dash to get around to you. And like just thudding against the floor, just these heavy metal footsteps. This thing is going to take its blade and slash down at you with its remaining action. If you have your reaction, you may do so now.
Okay, so we're going to use the burn from within channel divinity. So a 10-foot flaming sphere just ignites around Marley. So that is a saving throw of where is my DC for that? I should have that written down somewhere. We're gonna figure that out right now. Shit. It's
watching Marley erupt into flame, just like, we're gonna really have to talk about this later.
It's gonna be great.
I feel like there's gonna be a little party chat when we get to where we're going at this point.
So rolled a 1, so I don't necessarily need the DC for that, but
right.
But Pan, I will need the details for entangle here momentarily.
Yeah,
you're all good. How much damage does it take from Marley?
Oh, it's not really that much, unfortunately.
Not just yet.
Where's my D8? Gotta have more of these apparently now. One
point of fire damage. Okay. All right. Cool. So, Pan, what do they make a save on at the beginning of their turns for entangle?
A creature within my path can use its action to make a strength check against the spell's DC.
Okay. So
if the spell succeeds
its action. It does a 19, so I presume it breaks free of
out.
entangle. Yeah. And then it will use its action, or its movement then, rather, to, let's see. Yeah, it should be able to fit through there. So it's got 30 feet of movement, so that's going to be, like, right there. Okay. And it is going to run towards all of you, but not have enough movement to reach you. Take that off. Okay. That is, well, I'm sorry, I still need to do the attack on Marley. That's my least favorite anime. That is a nat 20 to hit. Marley, you are going to take...
Still free bar. It reset when we entered the AVM.
That is a nat 1. It misses. Well done, Mochi.
Thank you, Half.
A piece for half. For sure.
A piece for half.
Fantastic. Great. So Marley unscathed. Let's go ahead and get to the end of this turn order. Bobby, it is your turn.
Yeah. I want to know if Bobby feels like it is a priority to attack the Lich, or if that feels like too big a battle for today.
Good use of a bonus action. Go ahead and roll me for intelligence or even arcana. Bobby would probably be good at that. Yeah.
That's a nat 20. I'm wasting those nat 20s right and left.
So,
I'd
Bobby,
say they're wasting it.
Yeah, this is not a waste. Yes and no. To attack, you're probably not going to defeat this demi-lich in the sense that he's going to come back. But you do know something. Something pops into your mind about these iron these shield guardians. They are activated by gems. That there are amulets that actually control them. There are 2 of them. There are 2 gems in either eye socket of this demi-lich. The demi-lich probably doesn't have his full power, but likely has utilized what little power he has. Like, he's not attacking you. He's having other things attack you. He is exerting his will on the world around him instead of doing demi-lich stuff, which is like scary as heck. I mean, they're CR18s. So you get the idea that you could leave the demi-lich alone and just defeat his minions, but also a shortcut might be destroying the gemstones in the skull to get rid of the iron defense or the
I'm
shield
changing
guardians.
my plan then.
Okay.
So I am going to I'm going to use Lightning Bolt, but because I'm a scribe wizard, I'm going to change the type of damage to force damage.
Okay.
Which is what I have on my magic missile, because you can only steal damage types from spells you have. Fun fact. So I'm changing it to force damage, and so I'm going to have this demi-lich make a I think it's dexterity saving throw to avoid my lightning bolt.
Weirdly high dex.
I mean, he's just a skull.
That's my third one in a row.
We love to see it.
Even with a +5, that's only a 6. Fails.
I do love to see it. All right, so that's 8d6 of force damage, which I'm hoping is gonna do something.
I'm sorry. How many points of force damage?
It's gonna be 40.
Nice. Yes.
I rolled well on that damage.
I had attributed 20 hit points to either of these gems. Bobby, describe how these things just you pulverize, decimate, vaporize these gemstones.
Nice.
But for lightning bolt, it generally in my head has like a charge to it, right? Like you do like it has like a sizzle as you like lightning bolt something. I think with force damage, it's just like a laser blast, and you just like it's a pew pew. It's just
like for a moment, it almost feels like Eldritch Blast, and until you're like, whoa, that's taken way too long.
I do have Witch Bolt, so it's kind of like that, but different.
You would actually hear as the demi-lich goes, ah! Actually, what am I saying? That doesn't hurt at all. I don't have feelings. But damn it, that's rude. I was using those.
Well,
and you all would watch as the Shield Guardians. It always feels wrong because Shield Guardian was also a thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! And my brain's like, that doesn't belong here. But both of them collapse. Just the statue, the magic that was sustaining their movement, just all that force comes crumbling down, and the metal kind of crumples in on itself. Both of them taken out. The Cobble Frights are still frightened for a little bit longer. You technically are still in combat order because of them, but you still have 50 seconds.
Okay. I cast.
Okay.
Nice.
I am presuming that all of you are going over to the teleportation circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Okay. So just as Bobby is able to put in the spell slots for the teleportation circle,
And I do have them still, by the way. I have them.
Perfect.
I have them first levels as well.
Just as they both are charged, and this teleportation circle lights up with this ambient light spilling from it as you all go to step through a doorway into the unknown. You hear the Lich crying after you as these Cobble Frights break through their fear, and these giant-sized bone creatures just come running towards you. You have seconds before they are able to reach the teleportation circle. What would you like to do?
If no one else is stepping up, I have another channel divinity, so we're just gonna try turn on that again. If they can wait in the corner till we're gone, that's golden. And then Bobby, for love of everything, get out of here after
I'm
this.
gonna expeditious retreat because I can do that 3 times a day. Don't you worry.
Bart!
They fail.
Beautiful! Back to your corner!
Rolled a 2 minus 3. They fail so hard.
Fail the most.
I just yell at them to get back in their corner so we can go.
Yeah, like little ear bones kind of fall out as they're skidding to a halt and then running back towards the corner. Fantastic. You all, one by one, step through this teleportation circle, perhaps waving goodbye.
Nice to meet you.
Bye Bobby. You're gonna do great things.
You're doing great, brother. Please get out of there.
Okay.
Run away!
And one by one, you disappear into the unknown, leaving Roberta behind in like bone rattling silence. Like it's completely quiet except for just these, these bone monstrosities in the corner that are shaking, and a lich going, "So, sorry about that. You want to like hang out, or
No.
you're leaving? No, don't. Just could you send somebody else down here? I have a great
Nicer.
singing voice."
You should try being nicer. You catch more flies with honey than you do with zombie corpses.
Who wants to catch flies? That's a terrible saying.
I thought you said you had no company.
And Bobby, you leave this vault, returning to the main library where I completely forgot the name of
Alan.
Alan is standing by the
How could
door,
you
like
forget
looking at
Alan?
his imaginary watch, because it doesn't match the naming convention of anybody else. It's just Alan. I have like
You're welcome.
I have Hieronymus, Drusilla, Ajax, and Calliope, and then there's Alan. You know.
Look, you're the one who came up with Molson, okay? Don't look
Yeah,
at
no,
us.
I'm still proud of that one. But he is standing by the door going, Did you kill all of them?
No, they
Bobby?
went through a teleportation circle. It's fine.
I'm gonna lose my job. I'm gonna
Not
be
today.
exiled.
Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day.
Okay. You're cooler than I thought, Bobby. But we should have a chat, I think. With the headmaster. I think that would be good.
I love the headmaster.
Super. That's great. That's good. One of us will survive then. Okay. For the rest of my party, I'm not going to tell you where you end up. You get to wait until next week.
Okay.
Rude.
But you all are alive, at least, in this moment, in this second. Cherish it. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. I am Derek Sword. I have been your GM for this game. I use he, him pronouns, and yes, Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I am so very pleased that my party got through that so quickly. Good puzzle solving all around. I'm a big appreciator of combat that is also a puzzle. Good job getting through that complication, and good job using those cleric spells. Those channel divinities on dealing with undead. Fantastic job. I'm going to go around and have these people say a little bit about their lovely selves. I do want to say a little bit about Fauna and Flora International, however, first. They do have an ongoing campaign right now that every dollar you donate goes in direct support of. The big thing right now is the brown bear appeal. So the Romanian government currently has approved a cull of brown bears. If it goes through, over 220 bears will be needlessly killed, euthanized, or hunted down. Brown bears have already been wiped out from most of Europe at this point. Romania is actually one of the last places where there are large brown bear populations. And every dollar that you donate goes to protect and better educate the Romanian populace on brown bears and better create some sort of semblance of harmony between the species of humanity and these brown bears. So bears will be getting hungry over winter. By spring, they start searching for food, and as human populations encroach more and more on natural territories, that clash tends to happen. So education is important, along with physical things. They are looking to provide shepherds with electric fences to keep bears away from orchards and herding environments. They are trying to help to breed and introduce special livestock guarding dogs. If you've never heard of the Karelian bear dog, they're amazing. I love them, and they're actually a really great way of deterring bears. They're just big dogs that aren't scared of bears and will chase them off. They're also providing wildlife intervention teams. So everything that you donate goes to a number of projects. As I mentioned earlier, there's hundreds of projects that Fauna and Flora International is currently involved in, but this is their main push right now. So every time you donate, that helps. You can also go to fauna-flora.org and learn more about all of their ongoing projects, as well as this right now. And a big thing that you can do if you aren't able to donate, it is understandable, is just educate yourself and help to educate others. We are part of the natural ecosystem, though it is easy to forget sometimes, and it is important that we be respectful of these biomes, as if they go away, so do we. Not to leave it off on a super heavy note, but that is an important thing that we're doing here. I never want to forget what your dollar, like, yes, they introduce complications, yes, they give advantages and crits and all that, and that's the fun side of it, but the really important side is that you are doing good by helping to raise money for this, and every dollar of it's appreciated, every cent of it is appreciated. And I say cent, it's pounds. I want to say loony, but I know that's Canadian.
Yeah.
Pennies.
I'm not saying anything.
Every
Just seeing it being
pfennig.
like, oh my
Just
god.
watching
Every
Pam's face as she
farthing.
went on that sentence.
Yes.
Every shilling.
Yes, every
shilling.
former euro is super appreciated.
Ooh.
Ooh, Brexit humor, harsh.
Yeah, Brexit humor. That's what we
Ooh,
do around here.
Wow.
Oh, I was there when they entered I lived in England when they entered the euro, and it was such a big deal to keep the pound. You don't even understand.
Oh, I don't want to get into it, but yes.
It was a whole thing.
I started doing Canadian fun the other day about
Not
royalty
to
on their money.
interrupt, Derek, but I do want to point out that we are at 295 pounds. We're like super close to 300. So like,
Fantastic.
Oh man, awesome.
yeah, kind of a big deal. Like,
That is amazing.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
one advantage away from 300. And next episode, you all will actually we all will be doing another giveaway for a t-shirt from Fauna and Flora International as well, as they have been very charitable in offering that. So just another incentive. There is nothing that will make that happen other than just the game happening, so definitely check us out next week. But we'll get to all the Sword and Key stuff here in a moment. Stuff you go around where you can find more of these lovely folks. So Anniek, if you don't mind starting us out.
No, but you just said the Sword and Key stuff comes later. Hi, my name is Anniek. I go by she, they pronouns, and I'm here on Sundays. And for the foreseeable future, I don't actually have plans on other channels, so I'm just gonna be here a lot because after Humblewood, I get to start DMing again rather than being an adorable little player. And instead of adorable little critters, we're going back to horror. Not just winter horror, but actual proper horror. We'll be playing stuff like Trophy Dark, Deathmatch Island, Mothership, and other creepy games, because Eva, one of my players, will also be running a game of public access for people. Talk about really cool analog horror. So keep an eye on the Sword and Key socials. It's going to be up on the Discord first, and then we'll spread around, because we'll be casting players. If you want to play creepy, gruesome horror games with us, you know, you can apply, and maybe you'll be in, and we'll consensually torture you. That is a very important word in that sentence. Consensually torment you. I am very excited, and that is all I've currently planned, because time zones, honestly, at this point.
Understandable. Thank you, Anniek. Next up, our very special guest, and a very special thank you to them, Gilly.
Hi. I heard sensually torture them, which is a very different thing.
they're
That's
the
late
same
night.
thing.
That Sword and Key after dark.
After
I
dark.
love it.
Oh, please, it's Sword and Key at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, time
Yeah,
zones
well.
are a thing. Anyway, hi, I'm Gilly, and I have been your Roberta Bobby Bird for today. And you can find me at Oh Look It's Gilly most places on the internet. My pronouns are she, her. And you can find me talking about TTRPGs and how much tea I drink and learning ASL, because I'm trying to do that at the moment. And some of my campaigns are currently on hiatus, but you can find me generally here or on Exquisite Corpse Presents or on Girls Run These Worlds or on Nerds with Dice. That is generally where I hang out. I am hoping to hang out in more places, so Caspian things. I will also be running some stuff in the new year that I am pitching right at this very moment. And I will be running a holiday one-shot for Girls Run These Worlds on the 10th of December. It has been cast and announced, so I think I can say I'm running Dialect, but at the North Pole. So I'm writing a custom scenario for it. And I will also be playing in a one-shot for Girls Run These Worlds in their holiday season, but that hasn't been announced yet, so I will not say what. It will be a mystery. But follow me on the internet if you would like to know where I am at all times.
Definitely follow all these people.
At all times.
At all
All
times.
times.
It's not creepy at all.
I
But okay.
tweet a lot about tacos, is all I'm saying.
There you go. There's your incentive right there.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Gilly, for joining us. Gilly was one of the people that applied to this game where I was like, oh, like so badly. Do I really want a 6-person table? Not the whole time, but for a couple episodes, hell yes, it's gonna be
This
Gilly.
was super fun, and is also means that I get to sleep in sometimes on Sundays. So like, I'm not mad about it.
There you go. Yeah.
But this was very fun. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, Gilly was like, "Should I rearrange my entire work schedule so I can do this?" It's like, no, please don't. But I would,
before
like
I
a couple of
submitted the
times.
application, I did message Derek, and I was like, "Should I do this? Should I just not work?"
A couple of times, yes. So yes, a very special thank you. And next up we have Shadow.
Hi, everybody.
Really quickly, before we do Shadow,
Go.
we
Yeah.
got to 300.
Nice.
Oh,
Thank you,
yay.
everyone.
Hey.
Woo woo.
Celebrations! There you go. I'm sorry. I just
I'll be
wanted to
for
say
half.
that because I saw it tick over.
Nice work.
There we go. It was like a little wave across my screen. That was nice.
Hi, I'm Shadow. I use she, her pronouns. I stream on my own channel sometimes, so feel free to follow there on Twitch and come hang out with me. We were doing a puzzle game that I picked up and that everyone always gets confused in. And so if you want to sit there and watch me explain puzzles out loud, then that's great. We'll have a great time together. Otherwise, I do stuff over on Roll-D5, who specializes in playing indie TTRPG games. If you ever want to come play with us or you want to run an indie TTRPG game, then we have Google applications for that as well. So feel free to come check us out. And I am over on Julie Chell's channel at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the foreseeable Fridays. We're playing Goombat Banwa, Southeast Asian fantasy inspired martial arts focused RPG. We're playing through the Story Devil. We just did our first session this past Friday, and we are showcasing the newest edition of Goombat Banwa that isn't out yet, but we get the special look at the new abilities and the new system and everything, so feel free to check that out if you want to learn more about that. And I think that's everything, but I would like everyone to remember that this was the episode that Clarence almost gained a demi-lich friend for the adventuring party, but everyone said no.
I am very charitable with my warlock patrons, I'll say that. You know, it just feels like the whole world should be full of warlock patrons, just always hiring.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Just, every castle you go into, some dark wizard has like a now hiring on the outside.
Yeah, Clarence could have become a demi-lich. I just want everyone to know that on the darkest timeline, that's where we were.
Still cute though. Still just like, oh. Fantastic. Yeah, Clarence would just fill the world with the gnome dance. Next up is Pan.
Hey, I'm Pan. My pronouns are he, they. I've been playing Voldemort tonight. His pronouns are he, him. Voldemort the druid. Yeah, that was that really went like a whole different way. I feel like I want to see like the alternate version where we just get a demi-lich and sick him on some bandits. But this was fun. You can find me on here on Twitch playing video games on the weekends. I am currently running my way through Super Mario RPG, and that's at Stellar Encore over here on Twitch. You can also find me at Stellar Encore pretty much everywhere: Twitter, Tumblr, Blue Sky, whatever, all those places. Come check me out. I'm doing a bunch of stuff at the moment, and I'm about to ramp up with some bits I can't talk about yet, but they are coming. So if you check out my page, that's where they'll be.
Awesome. And last but absolutely not least, Liz.
It's me. I'm Liz. I have been I'm just gonna say Mochi. Marley.
Whoa.
Not this time.
Marley of dubious gods and deities and whatever. So right now I'm here on Sundays. This is the only place you can find me on stream right now. But I did just open my shop last week on Monday. So if you have, for whatever reason, been hankering to get your hands on some of my games in physical format, there are currently, I think, 5 of them available on my shop right now, with another one coming next month that I'm super excited to share with everybody. That's the big thing that's going on right now. So Yeah, check it out. Follow me in the places if you're interested in solo journaling games. That is what I specialize in.
Good. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely check those out. They're a lot of fun. It's really cool to kind of, have those imaginary times and really, character build on your own and just build your own storytelling ability. They're fantastic tools for that, and Liz does an amazing job with them. Hi, I'm Derek. Like I said, he, him pronouns. I have been your GM. If you want to follow me, that's fine. Most of the stuff I do is for Sword and Key and just retweeting stuff there when I even remember to log into my own bullshit. But it's DSword16 on most stuff. Definitely follow Sword and Key. That's where most of the stuff that I post happens nowadays. It's where most of the work that I do goes into Sword and Key. So you can follow all of our links at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find all of our ongoing Tiltifies for any charity campaigns, including this one, which you can donate to at any time. Like, you can give a complication in the middle of the week. You can give advantages on a Thursday if you're feeling up for it. It doesn't have to be during a game. It just gets forwarded to whatever the next game is. You can also find like the Pallies for Horizon's Call to tip the cast there. And you can find, again, all of our links for all of our other social medias, as well as links for stuff that we do, like Monster Crush, which is a podcast I do with my friend LD, where we talk about different cryptids, creatures, and miscellaneous monsters and how fucking smoochable they are. And we have an upcoming episode that is coming out on the 26th, which is going to be our like Black Friday episode, where we talk about cursed objects. It's going to be really great. Other stuff for Sword and Key that is coming up this week. It's a holiday week for us in the United States, so it's going to be a little quiet. Have a nice, safe, happy Thanksgiving. If you do go out on Black Friday, be nice and charitable and thoughtful and considerate of retail people. Don't go out unless you have to. It is Small Business Saturday, so you can support businesses that we are connected to, like Greenleaf Geek, and use our discount code, which again you can find on our beacons, sword_and_key. Companies like Friday Tea, which we are also affiliated-ish. They had to cancel their affiliate program because stuff wasn't working right, but we still stand Friday Teas. Definitely check them out. And we are currently working on another affiliate ship, which I will hopefully have information for soon. But yes, please support small businesses on Saturday. That's the biggest, coolest thing about this weekend. Like I said, Monster Crush will be out on the 26th. Humblewood will be back for a new episode at 10 a.m. Pacific time on the 26th as well. Swallowed wrong. It's like I've never swallowed before in my life. Sword and Key, we also have a Discord, which you can join through our beacons as well. And we do movie nights. Our next movie night will be December 1st. It's one of my favorite holiday movies, just like a good wintertime movie called Pottersville. Came out in 2017, has Michael Shannon in it. It's about a man who discovers that his wife is cheating on him and also is a furry, so in a drunken bout to win her back, dresses up like a gorilla, accidentally gets confused as the local town's Bigfoot, creates a media storm around this Bigfoot sighting that just might actually save his failing small town during the holiday season. It's like a Hallmark movie, but so much better and weirder. It's so great. It has like
wild.
It has like Christina Hendricks in it, and
wow.
It's good. It's very funny.
I'll be there for that. That's great.
Horizon's Call, which is the other game that I run on Saturdays, our nautical campaign, ongoing campaign, almost 3 years now. We'll be back for its season finale on December 2nd at 3 p.m. and then is 3 p.m. Pacific time, I should say. And then it's taking about a month's hiatus. So that will return in January. We also, on the 9th, that is the Saturday after the season finale for Horizon's Call at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, have the game of Sunken, which was originally going to happen in October, got rescheduled, and so we still have an ongoing charity campaign for Patty Aware. That will be the final event for that. Otherwise, we still have Monster Crush episodes that will be coming out every week. Humblewood will be back every week on Sundays, probably with an exception. So keep an eye out if we do have to take time off, because again, holidays are coming up for everybody. I want to be respectful. Real life always comes first. And then again, movie nights will be happening as well. And we are ramping up for the new year. So there will be more applications out, as Anniek kind of hinted at. There will be more games coming out. We'll have so much more content for you. We're playing so much cool stuff for the new year. And if you do want to be in any of our games, I highly recommend joining that Discord. Again, you can do that through our chat. You can do it through our beacons. And we always post applications there first. It's the best place to be. You can hang out with some cool folks, talk about some cool stuff. That, I believe, is it for this week. We will be rating. I'm going to double check that I'm correct on this. We will be rating Exquisite Corpse Presents, dear friend channel of ours, and Yeah, cool. That's it. So until next time, remember the Humblewood oath, Humblewood motto: no body, no crime, no drama. Take care of yourselves.